What a great way to start. Hello. Welcome everybody to my first ever live masterclass. I'm sorry that my microphone was muted. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, real life here. We're making it work. So this is my first time doing a live masterclass. This is my first time doing any live that will last this long. So bear with me and send me your positive vibes, and hopefully you get a heck of a ton of value out of this class and you are able to apply it to your business, and your business is going to grow and prosper because of it. That is my goal. I see so many people joining in from all over the world. I've seen Michigan, Canada, Italy, South Carolina, Ohio. Everybody is here. Taylor is here hanging out digitally or virtually, here to support me. And then I have Sierra and Mackenzie in my dining room helping out, making sure everything goes smoothly. So we have dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's, and we are hoping this is just a really good experience for everybody. So I'm going to try to keep this under 2 hours. I have done 3 practice runs. So that is my goal. We're going to go ahead and jump in right now. And if you have any questions, Sierra and Mackenzie are going to be hanging out in the chat. So if there's something that they can answer, they'll answer it for you. And if it's something I need to answer, they will make sure I see it at the end. Okay, let's go ahead and hop on over to the screen that says, welcome to our masterclass, 5 steps to building a successful crochet business. In this class, I'm going to teach you the 5 crucial steps all crocheters need to take while growing a business selling finished pieces. I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to build a business, feeling disorganized, lonely, and confused as to what to do next to make your business successful, to running and growing your crochet business with confidence by answering only 5 questions. Ooh. And just for showing up live today, you get a bonus. I teased this in the emails that you got over the past week. So if you go to acraftyconcept.com/live bonus, you can grab the Etsy shop checklist. Sierra will pin that link in the YouTube comments so you guys can just click it and grab your checklist very, very quickly. That is my gift to you, just for separating out some time in your day to join me live and be on this journey with me, because it obviously is going to be a lot more fun with people here, right? I've been doing this 3 times by myself, and it is not as much fun. It's way more fun with you here already. We're only 2 slides in. So thank you for being here. This checklist is going to help you make sure you set your Etsy shop up properly and you don't miss a single step. So go ahead and download that, have it saved to your device. You're not going to need it for the masterclass, but you're going to want to grab it so you'll have it for after the masterclass. Speaking of bonuses, you're going to want to make sure you stay with me until the very end, because if you decide to go on this crochet business journey with me, I will tell you how you can get your hands on an extra special surprise bonus at the end of this masterclass. I would like to take a moment to invite you guys to turn off all of your distractions and close out of any windows so you can be mentally fully able to soak in this information, so you can take what you learn, apply it to your business, and grow your business. One of the biggest assets entrepreneurs have is time. We have very little time. We only get 24 hours in a day. So I never want to do anything to waste your time. So turning off your distractions now will help you make sure you get the most out of this time together, and you are able to apply it to your business and watch your business grow because of it. I would like to encourage you to engage in the comments throughout this class. This will better help your brain retain the information and help the community as a whole see we are all on this wild journey together. Entrepreneurship is one of the loneliest jobs, but you don't have to do it alone. Seeing that other people have the same struggles and thoughts as you can be extremely encouraging, and engaging in the comments will help make that happen. Even if I'm not able to speak about your comments, you guys are speaking about them to each other, and that's going to help everybody to have a better experience. That's going to help everybody feel better about themselves and know that their situation is not, they're not the only ones in the same situation. We're all on this journey together. So being in the comments is going to help you, and it's going to help your fellow viewers hanging out with you today. Speaking of time, I want to kick us off with a fun exercise. You can do this after the class is over. So I'm calling it the 20-minute schedule challenge. This was designed to help you see one of 2 things. 1, you have more time in your day than you think to build the business of your dreams. Or 2, help you see areas in your week that are time sucks and aren't actually helping you obtain your goals. You can replace those areas with build my dream business things and prioritize what is important to you in your current season. Here's how to do it. Print off the challenge worksheet. This is in your master packet you got when you signed up. If you didn't sign up or you don't have your master packet, you can go to acraftyconcept.com/master packet 1 and download it now. You will need the master packet for going through this course with me. This is what it looks like when you print it off. And there are like worksheets, or not worksheets, but there are resources inside, if I can get it open, to help you go through this slide together. So this is going to be one of the most important sheets. It is a links sheet. So I will speak about different links throughout this class. These are QR codes that will take you directly to the links that I'm talking about, so you can get to them after the class and kind of like go over what you learned. But there's all kinds of fun stuff in this master packet. So you're going to want to make sure that you have this with you, either digitally, like on an iPad or something, or print it out if you are a pen and paper gal like myself. So after you print off the challenge worksheet, you want to grab your favorite markers or pens and set a timer for 10 minutes. And then roughly create a time block for your average week. This does not have to be very, very spot on, okay? Very rough. Very overall feel. Even if you don't have the same week every week, just get a basic concept of what you're doing each week, and just so you can get an overall look at your week as a whole. So it does not have to be exact. Once your timer goes off, step back and look at your typical week. Set another timer for 10 minutes and jot down any tweaks you can easily create to make more time. So if you spend 2 hours before bed scrolling TikTok every night, maybe instead you could use that time to answer emails, plan social media posts, or crochet Etsy orders. Now let's talk about who this masterclass is for, so you can be sure you are in the right place. You are in the right place if 1, you're excited to start making extra income to help support your family. 2, you are eager to create financial freedom so you can leave your day job. Or 3, you are motivated to learn how to build the crochet business of your dreams and put in the work it takes to do so. So let me know in the comments, which one are you? Are you 1, 2, or 3? Extra income, leave your day job, or motivated to learn? And then take a look in the comments and see all the numbers that are popping in. So again, you can see you are not the only one on this journey. It feels like you are because entrepreneurship is lonely, but you're really not. And we are all going through this together, and we are a community, and we are a team, and a rising tide raises all boats. Can I get an amen? Okay, whatever your motivation is for being here, I fully support you. I know how difficult it can be for us to put ourselves first sometimes, and just the fact that you are here right now is proof you are interested and motivated to start or grow a crochet business. I'm honored to be spending this time with you, and I can't wait to teach you these 5 simple but important steps to building a successful crochet business. For those of you that are new around here and have maybe never Insta-met me before, let me take a couple moments to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a wife to my handsome high school sweetheart, Gabe, a mother to my smart 7, almost 8-year-old daughter, Ava. We just built our dream home on a farm in a small town here in Kentucky last year, and we even got ourselves a couple of goats. This guy up here is Samson. He is our boy goat. And then we also have a girl goat named Delilah and a girl miniature cow named Esther. Esther was not bred to be a miniature cow. She is a Black Angus, but she just came out too small. So we got the privilege of purchasing her for a very good price from a local farmer friend. And now she is my pet cow. She was my birthday cow. Okay. I started selling crochet pieces back in 2012 after I graduated college. I finally opened my Etsy shop in 2016. Note the 4-year gap, okay? And then in 2019, everything began to change as I started to pivot into business strategist, and I started teaching other crocheters how to build the crochet business of their dreams. Here's a little bit of my information. We're going to dive into this much deeper near the end of this class, so stay tuned if you're excited for a peek behind the curtain. But I've had over 34,000 sales since opening my Etsy shop. I have over 400 students currently enrolled in my course, Crochet Boss Academy, and I have made over $216,000 in Etsy revenue since opening my shop in 2016. This is about the time when people say, yeah, but you're a pattern designer. That's how you've made so much on Etsy. You're selling digital downloads for $3 a piece. Over half the total revenue that I've made since opening my Etsy shop was from physical product sales, not digital product sales. So just keep that in mind. But like I said, we will dive into that deeper. And I'm going to show you a very intricate look behind the curtain and show you exactly all of the things happening in my Etsy shop so you can get a really good idea of what's going on over here. I have built the business of my dreams, and I truly want to help you build yours. Teaching people how to take their crochet hobby and turn it into a jobby absolutely lights me up inside. I love teaching students how to take the business they built and grow it to new heights and how to reach a new level of success that they didn't even know was possible. Nothing energizes me more than talking to entrepreneurs. I could literally talk with them until my lips fall off. My business has allowed me to support my family, pay for vacations, build our dream home, and so much more. I want everyone on earth to get to experience the same joy I do from owning my own business. And that's why I've dedicated my time to helping crocheters build their businesses. Can you imagine what it would feel like to have a blueprint to guide you through growing your crochet business step by step? I know I would have loved that back in 2012. Then maybe it wouldn't have taken me 4 years to actually open my Etsy shop. It is absolutely possible to grow a crochet business to your ideal level of success. Whatever success looks like for you, it's obtainable. You just need the right tools and community to help you get there. Let me take you through a quick roadmap of our time together so you can know what to expect. I know a lot of people are not spontaneous, fly by the seat of my pants folks like I am. Some people are more like Taylor and they prefer structure and plans. So if you're one of those people, this roadmap is for you. We're going to start by talking about the driving force behind every business. No matter what kind of business you have, there is a driving force that fuels it. We're going to talk about what that is and how you can find yours. Step number 2, we're going to talk about targeting the perfect person to buy your products. Yes, I said perfect, and yes, she does exist. We're going to talk about how the heck you can find her so you can start serving her socks off with your stellar crochet products. Step 3, we are going to talk about creating a product line that actually gets sales. If you want to be a business owner, you're going to have to make money. If you are just crocheting and you're not making money, you are a hobbyist, not a business owner. And that's okay. If you want to be a hobbyist, you can be a hobbyist. You will be the best hobbyist you've ever been. And I fully support you in that. But if you want to have a business, you need to make some money. And if you want to make some money, you need an intentional product line. And I'm going to help you kind of work your mind around through building one for your business. Then step 4, we are going to go over how you can make shopping with you as easy as possible for your customers. So the easier it is for them to buy from you, the more sales you will get all day, every day. The quicker they can say, yes, I need that. And the quicker they can go from adding it to cart to giving you their payment information, the more sales you're going to get. If they have to do too many steps or if it's too complicated, most people are going to say, I'll do it later, and then they'll never do it because they will forget because life gets in the way. And then step 5, the 5th stop on our roadmap is the best way to communicate with your audience. I have a sneaky suspicion this section is going to be most people's favorite part. So get excited. I have some really surprising stats from my own business that I'm going to share with you guys in step 5. So stay tuned for that. Then in step 6, we're going to talk about how you and I can work together to build the crochet business of your dreams. And finally, in step 7, we're going to spend some Q&A time where you can ask me all of your questions and I will give you my best answers. So without further ado, let's dive into the first topic, the driving force behind every business. Simply put, a business owner's driving force is their why. Why do you want to have a successful crochet business? Why do you sacrifice time with your friends so you can stay home and work on building your email list? Why do you eat lunch at your computer so you can also be answering Instagram DMs and emails? The best answer to these questions is going to be your why. Whatever it is we're doing in life, we need direction. Without it, we would get lost. Your why is like your compass or your GPS for 2023, right? Pointing you in the right direction. You need a compass. That way, if you feel lost or stuck, you can pull it out and it will show you which way to go. There are many ways having a compass will help you in your crochet business. It will help you clearly Clearly knowing and understanding your why, or your compass, or your driving force, will help you decide what to price your products at. That's everybody's first question to me, is how much should I sell this for? Knowing your why clearly will help you figure out how to price your products. It will help you decide what your work day looks like. How often are you going to work in a day? How often are you going to work in a week? How are you going to prioritize your work life and your family life? This is going to be decided by your why. It's also going to help you choose which markets to attend. There are markets that would serve you really well and be the best use of your time, depending upon your why. And there are markets that would do the complete opposite of that, depending on your unique why. And knowing your why clearly will help you make better decisions when choosing which markets to go to, because you can only do so many in a year, right? And we need to work smarter, not harder. It will also help you learn how to say no. Opportunities will come a knocking, I promise. And some of them will not be in your best interest. Some of them will be things that you need to say no to. And clearly understanding your why in your heart and knowing the direction that your business is going in will help you learn to say no to opportunities that do not serve you, they do not speak to your why, and they do not serve your ideal customer. Your why is your compass, but it's also your motivation, or your driving force. Clearly understanding your why will help you get through the not so sexy parts of running your own business. Knowing your why will be the reason you wake up an hour before your family just to check a few items off your to-do list before the morning hustle starts. Clearly understanding your why will be the reason you make 15 Claire bun beanies even in a row, even though you're tired of looking at linen yarn and you never want to make another puff stitch for the rest of your life. Focusing on your why will be the reason you are able to spend hours learning how to do a new skill for your business, because you know it will make a big difference and help you reach your goals. There will be hard days, friend. That is a fact. As entrepreneurs, we cannot escape. Some days you will want to hit that snooze button and sleep in. Some days you will want to throw in the towel and look for job openings in your area. Some days you will sit in the middle of your craft room floor crying because you messed up an Etsy order. When these days come, focus on your why. Think deeply about what it is you are trying to accomplish. If your why is to teach your young daughter the value of hard work and chasing her dreams, she is going to see you crying in the middle of your floor, but she's also going to see you pick yourself up, grab a fresh skein of yarn, and stay up till 1 a.m. remaking that customer's order so it can go out on time. The lessons she will learn from that experience will stick with her for the rest of her life. And you did that because your why gave you the strength. My friend Heather said, there are days I struggle to focus on building my brand and business, but having a clearly defined why helps me get past that. I have a defined goal of wanting to make my crochet business my sole source of income. So on those days, I don't feel like bothering with creating content or working on items to sell. This helps me move through the procrastination. That was from Heather of Marcy J Creations. She is a Crochet Boss Academy student of the class of 2023. Why do you want to start a crochet business? What is the reason that you want to go on this wild journey of entrepreneurship? You want to make crochet things with your hands and sell them to people all over the world. What is your motivation behind wanting to start a crochet business or grow your crochet business to a new level of success? Let me know in the comments, and I will pop up a couple of them here on screen and we will chat about them together. And while you're commenting, let me leave you with this quote. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. That's always a result. By why, I mean, what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone else care? That is from Simon Sinek. And you can watch his TED Talk where he said this. There is a link to the TED Talk in your links page in your master packet. So let's look at a couple of your all's reasons as to why you want a successful crochet business. Hot Loom says, add to my family's income while doing something I love. I couldn't think of anything better than that, Hot Loom. Thank you for commenting. And we got another one coming. Christine says, I want to share my love and joy of this craft. I love seeing the joy in someone's face when they connect with one of my pieces. Beautiful. I love it. Let's do one more. Anna says, I want to make my creativity a priority in my life. So Anna's speaking to mental health here, and I am all about it. I love that why, Anna. Thank you. Thank you for leaving your comment. Now let's hop into step number 2. After you learn your why, you want to have a successful crochet business, you need to figure out who you are marketing to. Let's talk about how to target the perfect person to buy your products. We call this your ideal customer, your target audience, or maybe you've heard people say your niche, finding your niche or niching down. It's all the same basic concept. So what is an ideal customer? This is the exact perfect human being that would love your business and brand. She is attracted to the colors you use, the products you sell, raise her quality of life in some specific way, and she loves engaging with your content because it resonates with her so deeply. The goal is to have one ideal customer for your business and market to her in everything that you do. My friend and student, Kayla, said, I am not as stressed now about where my business is going. I know who I'm marketing to and how to make it happen. After Kayla found her ideal customer, the direction for her business was much clearer, and that made everything much easier for her to manage. But Ashley, if I only speak to one type of person, won't that stop me from getting sales? I'm so glad you asked. This is a very common reaction from makers when I start talking about an ideal customer. They're afraid they're going to alienate people and that will lessen their sales. I used to think the same way. My ideal customer when I first started my business was humans with money. If you had money and you wanted something crocheted, I could make it for you. What do you want? Anything in the world. You let me know and I can make it for you. And first off, you will alienate people, but that's a very good thing. And we're going to continue to talk about that through this section. You don't want to surround yourself with people that you don't like to be around. That would be miserable. Secondly, you're still going to attract more than one type of person. Jasmine Star says, when you speak to one person, you attract others. When you speak to everyone, you attract no one. Just because you speak directly to one type of person doesn't mean everyone else is going to ignore you. So my ideal customer for a crafty concept is crochet business owners, but I also attract crochet hobbyists, people that just crochet for themselves or people that crochet gifts for their friends and family. I also attract other types of business owners completely out of the fiber community, like other handmade crafty businesses, but also boutiques, photographers, hairdressers, all kinds of stuff. Even though I'm talking directly to crochet business owners, I still have these people in my immediate, bubble. Your ideal customer may be girl moms, but you might also attract women who haven't had kids yet. Or maybe your ideal customer is earth conscious and is all about recycled products and reusable products. When you're talking to her, you might also attract frugal people because reusable products, they don't have to keep buying them, right? It's going to be cheaper for them to buy reusable products. Can you start to see how speaking to one type of person isn't going to hurt your business, but in fact, help it? My good friend Bethany said, I went from not even having 100 sales and making barely $1,000 a year on my Etsy shop to over 500 sales and making 5 figures before the year was even over. After Bethany started speaking to her ideal customer and niching down, her brand really took off. Last I heard, she had actually hired helpers to help her keep up with demand. Bethany is Just Be Innovative over on Instagram, and she is from the Crochet Boss Academy class of 2021. I actually got to meet Bethany in real life. This is her, and then this is her. We went to one of the maker retreats together, and to my surprise, when I got there, all of these people, there was probably 50 people, 40 people. This many of those people were Crochet Boss Academy students, and I got to meet them in real life. I got to talk to them about their businesses in real life. I got to watch them crochet Etsy orders that are going to be sent out to their customers in real life. It was a very, very special time for me, and I found myself getting very unexpectedly emotional. I'm not an emotional person, and I was definitely emotional at this event. I loved getting to meet with these girls. This is Kayla, too. We heard from her already. I love getting to meet with these girls in real life. That was such a joy for me. Okay, Ashley, I'm smelling what you're stepping in, but how do I find my ideal customer? Great question. You're going to want to write this next part down. This is important. You make her up. It sounds funny, but it's true. You get to make her up out of thin air. I was very confused when I was doing research back in 2018 about finding my ideal customer before I pivoted to business strategist. I was confused. I kept hearing the words niche and target audience over and over again, and it wasn't clicking. I would download free PDFs that were supposed to help me find my ideal customer or my target audience. And the first question would be, what does your ideal customer drive? I'm like, how am I supposed to know? In my mind, I was thinking people who have already bought my crochet things. How am I supposed to know what they drive? I don't know these people. So that's how my brain was thinking, and I wasn't able to digest it or retain it until I read the Business Boutique book by Christy Wright. That was like December of 2019. And that she said ideal customer, and just the way that she said it made a light bulb go off for me. Ideal, as in best case scenario, as in if I could make up the perfect person, who would she be? What would she be passionate about? What season of life would she be in? What would be important to her? Ideal. I get to make it up. You can follow along with these next few slides inside of your master packet. They're going to be a little wordy, but you do not have to write them all down. I have a fill in the blanks for you for this slide specifically because it is wordy and it is good information that you want to be able to hang on to, but I don't want you to be distracted writing them all down that you miss the presentation here while we're together. So your ideal customer should be someone you like being around and spending time with. You're going to be talking to her a lot. If she's annoying to you or doesn't share your same values, you're going to be miserable. Imagine going to an event every week that you do not like going to, and you do not like the people there, and you do not have a good time, and you're surrounded by all these people that you have nothing in common with. That's what it would be like running your business if you didn't have anything in common with your ideal customer. You want someone that you like being around and that they like being around you at the same time. You want someone whose quality of life will be raised by purchasing from you. You want to make products that help her in some way. Maybe they make her feel good, help her find the perfect gift for someone on her gift list, help her decorate her home. Maybe it's just something that she can use or something that serves her in some kind of way. You want your products to raise her quality of life. Even if you sell beanies and she's going snowboarding next week and she wants a beanie to match her snowboarding jacket, that's solving a problem for her. That's raising her quality of life. That's what you want in your ideal customer, someone that you can actually help with your products. You want someone you can relate to on an emotional level. This is important. Emotions and relationships are a big part of having a successful business. Humans are designed for relationships. We're hardwired for it. If your ideal customer is college-age girls going to music festivals and decorate their dorm room, a heartfelt story of how you felt when your baby said mama for the first time is not going to engage with her emotions, but it would definitely pull up emotions from fellow moms. They would want to share their stories with you too. You also want your ideal customer to be someone who likes the vibe you put off. You want to attract people who like who you are. If you are a high energy, slightly oversharing, sometimes inappropriate millennial, guilty, some people aren't going to like you. You will be annoying to them. You will make them feel stressed out just listening to you talk. Side note, that's perfectly okay. It's not personal. I know that I, high energy, extroverted, oversharing millennial, am a lot for some people, but I don't lose sleep over it. It's not personal. I am who I am. My content attracts people who like loud, high energy millennials. You do not want to be inauthentic in your business because that would be exhausting. You're going to have to keep that charade up every single time you engage as your business, which is going to be a lot of your day, every day. You want to be authentically you, who you are, and let that shine. And that is going to attract your specific ideal customer that only you can serve well. You want someone who shares similar passions as you. This is a big one. If you are passionate about saving the planet, but the ideal customer you are attracting is a litter bug, it's not going to be good for you. You want to attract other people who are passionate about saving the planet. The same can go for religion, politics, charities, organizations you support. Even what you eat could be something you're passionate about. You want to share these passions with your audience so your relationships can be deeper. You want to intertwine these passions in with your business and your business model and the products you sell. So I am passionate about helping people start their own businesses so they can live a life of freedom. I attract people who want to do just that. We're both passionate about the same thing. You also want someone in the same season of life as you or in a season of life you used to be in. Now, this one isn't required, but it definitely makes things easier. So if your ideal customer is in a season of life you used to be in, you can position yourself as an expert in certain areas because you've lived through it. An example would be a mom of adult children serving a mom of young children. So if you're a mom of adult children, you've been through what it was like having young children. So now you've positioned yourself as like a mentor to moms with young children because you have been there, you've been in their shoes, you can empathize with them and you can tell them things that you've learned. Or in my case, a person with a successful crochet business serving crocheters who are at the beginning of their journey, because that's who I was in 2012 when I was trying to decide if I wanted to open an Etsy shop or not. The more of these boxes you have checked, the easier it will be for you to nail down your ideal customer and serve her well. And the easier it will be for you to run your business and the happier you will be while running your business. Nicole said, learning about finding my ideal customer was a game changer. Any choice I can make in my business now boils down to my ideal customer and how I can serve them best. From what yarns and patterns I choose to use, to how I show up on social media, which local markets I choose to attend, and packaging and emails, everything points to the ideal customer. Nicole's business is much easier to maintain now that she has a clear picture of who it is she serves. There is a brain dump worksheet in your master packet. After you finish this class, spend some time thinking about who your ideal customer might be. Jot down anything that comes to your mind. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be pretty or be organized on your page. You can just scribble it down in a chaotic mess. You need to get the thoughts out of your brain and onto paper so you can think clearly and begin to process and then make adjustments from there. Jasmine Star says, I won't be for everyone, and that's okay. I changed it to you won't be for everyone. That's Ashley. I did this part, not Jasmine. You won't be for everyone, and that's okay. Like I mentioned before, you don't want to be for everyone. How miserable would it be if you tried to water yourself down to make the masses happy? Don't worry about the masses. Find your people and be yourself. You will be much happier, I promise, and your business will be much more successful. For example, I speak about my faith in my business. I am a Christian. I go to church every week. I have small group in my home. I talk about this openly in my business. Used to, I don't remember what year it was, 2018, 2019. I didn't do that because I was like, oh, not everybody's Christian. Some people might be offended or uncomfortable that I talk about my faith. It's okay that not everybody's Christians. It's okay that not everybody has the same faith as me. We can still hang out and have different faiths. But if you are someone who is completely deterred by a Christian faith person, that's okay. I'm just not the person for you. And that's fine. There's so many other people out there that would serve you better than I would serve you. And it's not personal. It is good. How would you act differently in your business if you weren't worried about what the masses thought and only focused on your people? Let me know in the comments, and we're going to pop about 2 of them up on screen here in a little bit. But while you guys are answering in the comments, I want to show you what my student Rhiannon had to say about focusing on your ideal customer, and then we'll share a couple of these responses on screen. So Rhiannon said, once I started focusing on my ideal customer, things got a lot easier. If someone didn't like my products or had something negative to say, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. They aren't my ideal customer. This makes me less likely to get my feelings hurt when someone doesn't love my items. Rhiannon is Personalize It by Rhiannon, and she is class of 2022 inside of Crochet Boss Academy. Now let's pull up some of your all's reasons and see what we got over here in the comments. This one's a little bit in what is it? Personal. So we might not get anybody brave enough to share right now, and that's okay. So Hillary said she would definitely have a lot less stress in her life. Yes, you would. It is very stressful trying to pretend to be somebody else. It is exhausting, like mentally draining, energetically draining. It is not a good time. I hear you, Hillary. Is anybody else brave enough to share? Oh, Chastity said less stressed and more comfortable being myself. That's exactly what we want. The more confident you are in your business, the more sales you will get, the more engagement you will get on social media, the more your business will grow because you have confidence in yourself and confidence in what it is you're selling. That is very good. Sierra says, honestly, I would probably be better on social media. I feel like I have to perfect everything and fit a certain aesthetic. That's really good, Sierra. You don't have to fit a certain aesthetic. You fit the aesthetic that you like and your ideal customer likes. The sweet spot is where they meet. Very good, Sierra. Thank you guys for doing that one. I know that one was a little intimate. So thank you guys for being brave and stepping out to help yourself and your fellow viewers here during this live. Not being for everyone isn't bad or wrong. I hope that you've been able to see that so far. And I want to give you a very quick example. And I've shared this before, so you may have already heard it. But my friend Lexi was on social media a while ago, and she was sharing. Lexi's a little bit younger than me. Okay, she's like an elder Gen Z, and I consider myself an elder millennial. But Lexi was sharing this new eyeshadow palette that she had bought, and she put a link to it on social media, and she was showing us like how saturated the colors are, and it was like super glittery and pretty, and it covered really well. And me, being a person who only wears CC cream and only when it's absolutely necessary, 80% of my time, I do not have makeup on. I usually only put makeup on if I'm going to video for my business. And that's about the only time. Maybe on date night. But I'm not a makeup girl. And I'm watching Lexi show this eyeshadow. I'm like, oh, I could use some new eyeshadow. The eyeshadow I have is 20 years old. Probably time to upgrade to some new eyeshadow. So I click on the link and I go to the website and I look at the price tag, and it says that this eyeshadow is $85. $85 for some eyeshadow. And I was like, nope. I am not fixing to pay $85 to eyeshadow. That doesn't mean Lexi is stupid for spending $85 on eyeshadow. That doesn't mean that company is stupid for selling $85. That doesn't mean that I'm stupid and I don't know the value of eyeshadow. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that I am not their ideal customer. Spending $85 on eyeshadow does not speak to my why as a human. It's not how I live my life. It's not what I prioritize. Now, if someone said, here's some $85 hand-dyed yarn and your purchase is going to help a brand new business owner get their business off the ground, yes, I would spend $85 on that all day long. That speaks directly to my why. That speaks to my heart, to what I'm passionate about. But I'm not going to spend $85 on eyeshadow. And that's fine. It's good. It's not stupid or wrong or bad, and your prices aren't bad just because somebody doesn't want them. They're just not your ideal customer. And once you learn that and can start speaking only to your ideal customer and letting everybody else just roll off your back, your business will flourish and your confidence will go through the roof and your mental health will just be better. It's a very, very good thing to focus on. I want to introduce you to Amy Porterfield. She is one of my mentors and has a multi-million-dollar business teaching entrepreneurs how to build courses. I am an entrepreneur who has a course. I bought her course on how to build courses, and she taught me exactly how to make this masterclass you're watching right now. And she also taught me exactly how to build my stellar sales page. If you haven't seen it yet, we're going to give you a link at the end. I worked for probably a month straight on that sales page, and I am obsessed with how it looks. And I learned how to do that because I bought Amy's course. Amy said, I resisted choosing a niche for so long. I jumped around from thing to thing, terrified of making the wrong choice. I thought having a niche meant having fewer opportunities. And it wasn't until I finally committed to one that I realized the opposite is true. Finding your ideal customer and niching down will really help your business start to take shape. After you start to get a good basic understanding of who it is you want to serve through your crochet business, it's time to start thinking about which products you're going to offer. This brings us to step number 3. We want to create a product line that sells. Very intentional. That's what we're trying to do here. We want our products to actually sell, and we want them to sell consistently so we can make money consistently, aka have a business, a successful growing business. You may be thinking, why is having an intentional product line so important? Can't I just make what I want to make, and then the people who want to buy them will buy them? You guys are full of great questions today. Let's break it down. We want to work smarter, not harder. As a one-woman show, you want everything you do inside of your business, to get the biggest return on investment. If you are constantly making 50 different things, each in 86 different colors, it's going to be very hectic. Plus, if your products are all over the place, like you make a ton of different things, not in one specific area, it's not going to be very clear to your audience why they need what you sell. The quicker you can get your audience to say, yes, I need that, because it's so crystal clear to them, because it speaks directly to who they are as a person, the more sales you will get. If you have an intentional product line designed around solving problems or raising the quality of life of your ideal customer, you're going to start to get returns, referrals, and results. These are what we need in our business to work smarter, not harder. Return customers are actual gold. You do all of the hard work once to pull them in, and then they continue to shop with you again and again and again. They keep coming back because you are the person they think of when they need a specific thing. Your niche is what you will be known for. Referrals come because your return customers love shopping with you so much that they tell all of their friends about your shop, and their friends are usually very similar to who they are, aka more of your ideal customer. So for example, if you sell baby girl things in your shop and your ideal customer is a girl mom and she has shopped with you repeatedly because you serve her well through your products and for her own daughters, the next time she has a friend whose baby shower is coming up and she knows that person is having a daughter, she's going to immediately think of your brand. She's going to, oh, I need to buy them a present. Oh, and she's going to immediately think of your brand because it's so clear, so crystal clear in her mind. It's not, you're not distracting her with anything else in your shop. Everything in your shop is very, very intentional to help her. She's going to remember immediately. Not only is she going to refer you to fellow girl moms, but she's going to have boy moms that come to her because she is a girl mom, and they're going to say, hey, my friend Elizabeth is having a girl and I don't know what to get her because I'm a boy mom. I've never bought a girl toy before in my life. What should I get her? And your customer is going to say, let me tell you about a shop that I know. So you're going to get a ton of referrals, all because you honed in what it is you sell and who you serve. You're going to get more sales. Results, baby. That's what we want. Your business will start to grow. You will start to get consistent sales, and you will start to be known for the product line you offer. You will be the front of mind go-to person for whatever types of products you sell. My friend Heather said, once I started crocheting items for my business, I found item after item I wanted to sell. But buying new patterns, different yarn, and hardware required for each project was financially draining, not to mention a time waster. Being familiar with a pattern helped me to make things faster. That meaning managing my time better. It also helped me figure out how much I need of each material and plan to buy more before I run out. For Heather, once she curated the perfect product line for her ideal customer, she saved time, money, and energy. She worked faster, which means she was able to get more orders out of the door at a faster rate, and that raised her monthly income. These are all the things that we want in our business. Now let's look at how ideal customer and product line go hand in hand. I have a quick exercise we're going to run through together, and I do mean quick, so let me take a drink of water. While you look at these adorable holding hand otters. One otter is your product line and one otter is your ideal customer. So I want to say really quickly before we get started, this exercise is in your master packet. It's already fully filled out, so you do not have to try to run through this with me, okay? It's already on there. You can look at it and reference it later. There's also a spot in that page for you to make notes if you want to jot down some notes while we're going through this exercise, but you do not have to try to create this graph. I just want to tell you that before we get started. So I call this the if-then web chart exercise. So we're going to put, if we know this about our customer, then what else can we assume? I will use the word assume, but remember we are making this up. So we're just making logical leaps from if we know this, then this would make sense. That's what we're doing. I'll say assume, but we're making it up. So we get to do whatever we want. So let's say we have a customer. We're going to call her Meredith. She is a stay-at-home mom of 3 high-energy boys, ages 5 through 11. So she's got 3 kids. They're all boys. They're very high energy, and they're from the ages 5 to 11, and she's a stay-at-home mom, so she does not have a job outside the home. If we know that about her, then all of these things could make sense. So we know that she's probably busy all the time because she's got 3 high energy boys. I have 1 medium energy daughter and I'm busy all the time. So I could only imagine how it would be with 3 high energy boys. We know that all of her kids play sports because they have high energy and they need to run it off somehow. So she's got them in all of the sports all year long to keep them, what kids need to stay mentally and physically not crazy. And then they spend a lot of outside time together because when they're outside, they're not as loud as when they are inside, right? Because you're in the open air. So this Meredith likes to spend outside time with her boys because they have high energy and they need to run it off and it's way less loud outside. We know that Meredith exercises every day because she has to keep up with these 3 high energy boys. So she exercises to keep herself healthy. And we know that she is the only girl in a house full of boys. She has her 3 sons and her husband. She is outnumbered 4 to 1. She's the only girl in a house full of boys. Let's look at the busy all the time if and branch out from there with some thens. Okay, I hope that's coming across the screen as way it should. Okay, she's busy all the time. So this tells me that she values convenience. If it's too high maintenance or too inconvenient, she's not going to buy it, and she's definitely not going to take care of it. So like if she had a lace top that could only be hand washed, she's not going to buy it. And if she does buy it, she's only going to wear it one time because she's never going to have the time it takes to actually wash it. Then we can assume that she is always on the go. Busy all the time, to me, says she's going all the time. And if we know that she's always on the go, we can assume that she drives a big, nice SUV. Again, I said assume. We're making it up. I get to choose. I get to choose what Meredith drives because I'm making her up out of thin air. So Meredith drives a big, nice SUV, and that's going to connect to some of this other stuff as we go. So all the kids play sports. We can assume her husband makes good money because sports are expensive. I have one daughter that plays one sport, and it is expensive. I could only imagine what it would be for 3 sons to play sports, probably multiple sports, which we will get to in a minute. So her husband makes good money because he is the only one bringing in money to the home. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her value is not financial one, okay? It's all the other things that go into being a stay-at-home mom. So that also tells us how we know that she drives a nice SUV, right? These two could be connected as well because the husband makes good money. All the kids play sports. She's got 3 kids. So we can assume there are multiple sports happening here. What are the chances that all 3 of these kids want to play the exact same sport at the exact same time? What are the chances that a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old even have the ability to play the same sport? Very unlikely. So she's a multi-sport mom. She goes to softball games, baseball games, soccer games, football games, basketball games. She is doing, not softball, that's for girls. She is doing all of the sports with her sons. So she's a multi-sport mom. We know that she spends a lot of time outside with her family, so we can assume that she likes gardening. That's something that she can do with her boys. They can go plant seeds and pull vegetables once they're grown. We can assume that they like to go camping. That's an outside thing that she can do with her boys. They can go in the woods. They can act as crazy and as loud as they want, and they're going to be fine. They're not going to bother nobody, so they're going to go camping. Oops. We can also assume that she has a big yard because she needs a space for her kids to run around, and her husband makes good money, so they can afford a house with a big yard. And if she has a big yard, and if she has high energy boys, then you can assume she has a dog. And what better dog would it be than a golden retriever? That is just the perfect dog for Meredith's family and her sons. And now we know that Meredith exercises every day. This tells me that she values physical health. She wants to be healthy. She wants her family to be healthy. This is important to her. This is something she is very passionate about, and it speaks to her why as a human being. She values physical health. And we know that she likes to go on runs with her dog because not only does she value physical health for her own self and for her children, she also values the physical health of her dog. And golden retrievers need to be entertained and they need to be healthy by going on walks regularly. So she takes her golden retriever on a run every single day, rain, snow, or shine. That's Meredith. She's out there running with that dog. And then we know if she is the only girl mom full of boys, she is going to treat herself from time to time because she deserves it. She is spending all of her time with these crazy boys, and from time to time, she is going to want to spend a little girl time with herself. She is going to want to treat herself to something feminine, something pretty, something that just makes her feel girly. So that's front of mind to her. She does this regularly. It's important to her. It speaks to her why. And if she likes to treat herself, we can assume that she likes to buy cute workout sets, because she values physical health and she works out every day and she runs with her dog every day and she wants to look cute while she's doing it because she is feminine and she wants to be feminine in her house full of boys. So she buys cute workout sets. So these are all the things that we know about Meredith. Let's dive in a little bit more and see how we can market a product to Meredith that would speak to her why as a human and to speak to things that she's passionate about and to speak to her current season of life. We could sell Meredith crafty facial rounds. Crafty facial rounds are, okay, let's see. They're very convenient because they remove most of your makeup with just warm water, and then you can throw them in the washer, throw them in the dryer. They're not high maintenance. They're also convenient because they're reusable. She doesn't have to go to Walmart every other week and get face wipes or cotton pads to remove her makeup because she has her reusable crafty facial round. She can just go to the laundry room and pull one out of the dryer and she's good to go. She's always on the go. These things are very small. She could easily pack one in her purse and pour a bottle of water on it and use it to wipe her kid's face after a baseball. I'm a softball mom. After a baseball game because they're all dusty. The dust gets everywhere. It gets in your mouth, it gets in your hair. And she could use these while she's on the go to be very convenient to help wipe her kid's face because she cares about physical health. We also know that since she cares about physical health, she takes care of her skin. Your skin is your biggest organ. If she cares about her health, her skin. She's going to care about her skin. And she's probably got a bougie 6-step skincare product because her husband makes good money, right? So she can afford those things. And maybe she wants to buy these to help remove her makeup before she starts her skincare product line. We could let her know how easy it is to remove your makeup before you start your 6-step skincare product line. And we also know that she likes to treat herself. These facial rounds are going to be just for her. I'm assuming she's the only person in her house that wears makeup. These will be in her bathroom, on her vanity, next to her sink, and her mirror. And you can even sell them to her in specific colors that would match her bathroom and make her feel feminine and girly and just come with the power of being the only girl in a house full of boys. That's how we could market crafty facial rounds to Meredith. Now let's look at how we could market bonfire beanies to Meredith. Bonfire beanies are made on the Addie knitting machine. The pattern is by Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet. It is free if you want to check that out. But if we wanted to sell bonfire beanies to Meredith, what could we speak to? So we know that she wears cute workout sets. So that tells me she likes to accessorize for the current event that she's doing. And if she likes to accessorize for the current event that she's doing, when she's at her kids' sports games, you better believe she's going to be wearing sports attire. She is the spirit mom of all of the sports teams. She loves her family. She loves her sons, and she is cheering them on like a crazy person up in the stands. And she is decked out in their team colors. Okay. So that we can make her team color bonfire beanie because she's going to want to be accessorized when she goes to these events. And we know that she's a multi-sport mom because she's got 3 kids and they each have different sports that they go to. So maybe she's got a softball game and a soccer game on the same day. I mean baseball. I don't even know if those are in the same season, but let's just go for it. Maybe she's got 2 football games because her 5-year-old son plays football and her 11-year-old son plays football, and they're at different times and they're on different teams. And this kid has blue and orange as his team colors, and this kid has blue and white as his team colors. We could make Meredith a bonfire beanie that is reversible. It is blue and white on one side and blue and orange on the other side. Talk about convenience. She only has to buy 1 beanie. She only has to pack around 1 beanie when she's always on the go. She doesn't have to remember to grab 15 different beanies so she can be the decked out sports mom at all the events. She just needs 1, and then she can match her outfit and support her child at their unique events separate from one another with just the 1 beanie by flipping it inside out. This would be a great way to serve Meredith. My friend Samantha said, creating an intentional product line put me on the map. I started Crochet Boss Academy with just a couple of listings, and now I have around 30. That's by the end of the 6 weeks. A lot of them are very popular, and I started getting orders every day on Etsy. For Samantha, once she curated the perfect product line for her ideal customer, her business started to take off, and she started getting consistent sales. We're going to hear about Samantha again throughout this masterclass because her story is amazing. So keep an eye out for that face. Marianne K. Maid, class of 2022. Excuse me. What would change in your life if you started making consistent money selling crochet? Let me know in the comments. If you were making consistent money, what would you do differently in your life? What would you be able to start doing? Or what would you be able to stop doing because you were making consistent sales? Let me know in the comments, and I'm going to tell you what a few other bosses had to say about this area in their life, and then we'll pop up a couple on screen. So Samantha said, since making consistent sales on Etsy, I have not been financially stressed. I have moved at the end of last year and was very worried about Christmas for my 3 girls, and Etsy made me able to get whatever I wanted for my girls and not have to stress over moving costs either. So that's a wonderful win right there. Stephanie said, I've been able to put my kids in music lessons. My son has taken up the piano and my daughter the violin. We couldn't afford to do anything like that when I was a kid. So being able to do that for them with crochet has been refreshing and motivating. Stephanie is Birth and Fourth over on Instagram. She is class of 2022, and she loves Crochet Boss Academy so much that she permanently dyed her hair Crochet Boss Academy colors. Like, student of the week right there. I'm just kidding. Her hair, she's just cool like that. Her hair just naturally, she just dyes her hair cool colors all the time. This one just happened to be a perfect picture to use for my PowerPoint. Tiffany says, I was able to help keep my family financially stable when my husband lost his job and was in between jobs. I also was able to provide for my children with Christmas when it otherwise wouldn't have been possible that year. I love that I get to be a stay-at-home mom who's also homeschools and runs a business that helps me provide for my family. Tiffany is Crafty Chick Crochet, and she is Crochet Boss Academy class of 2021. let's go ahead and look at some quotes now, and then we will finish. We'll finish up here. Allie says, I would help add to our son's college fund. I love that. That would be excellent. Thank you, Allie, for commenting. Eliza Betta? I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible reader and I'm very uncultured. So I apologize, but I bet your name is very gorgeous when said correctly. She said, I could start to transition out of a full-time job that doesn't bring me joy. That is my goal for you, beautiful named, beautiful woman. Thank you for your comment. Josie said, hopefully I could buy a home. We have a dream of buying land and homesteading. That is a wonderful thing that you could start doing, Josie. Thank you guys for commenting. I know that's stepping out of your comfort zone for some people. So I appreciate you because you're helping yourself, you are helping me, and you are helping your fellow viewers. So thank you for doing that. I know some of you probably have that little voice in your head telling you you're not good enough. No one will buy your things. No one even likes crocheted things. But let me tell you something. Crochet is cool. Squash that thought right now that no one wants to buy your crochet. That can be an easy to have negative thought because as crocheters, we are almost desensitized to how cool it is. This is because we are in the community and we see it every day. But other people, non-yarny folk, they're mesmerized. They think they're just absolutely fascinated when they see people crocheting and they think it's the coolest thing that they've ever seen. And that's because it is. Like we take just string and manipulate it. We don't use any tape or hot glue. Sometimes we do, but we don't have to. And we can make something usable and practical just from looking at string. That is cool. And that's why people think it's cool. On top of that, once you find your ideal customer and build a brand around her, each of your products will be providing a service for her. You are raising her quality of life. She's not just buying your thing because she feels sorry for you. She's like, oh, look at that girl. She thinks crochet is cool. Let me buy something. No, you're selling things to her that are going to raise her quality of life. You're selling things to her that she needs in her life, like Meredith with the crafty facial rounds or the reversible beanies. That's going to make her life so much easier. And you are doing that with your business. People will pay for something that will raise their quality of life or solve a problem. I promise. I do it every day. I have almost all of my crochet patterns for free on my blog. I also have the $3 to $5 ad-free PDF version available for purchase, but you do not have to purchase it. You can get it for free on my blog. But because it is convenient for people to purchase the ad-free PDF and to print it out or have it saved on their device digitally and be able to access it without having to be on the internet every time and without being distracted by the ads that I have to have on my site in order to support my family, without having to do any of that. For $3, they get the convenience of having it right at their fingertips anytime, and they pay for it every single day. I sell multiple patterns every single day, and it's not just Etsy strangers because I get a lot of pattern sales from my actual shop on my blog, and the only time people can get to that is if I direct them to that. That one does not show up in search results. Also, I advertise in all of my pattern listings that you can go to this link and get this pattern for free. In the listing, I say you don't have to buy this. You can go right here and get it for free. Here's a link. I even have a QR code in the pictures of my Etsy listings where they can go get it for free. And I still get in the double digits of pattern sales every single day. It's convenient and it raises their quality of life. Let me introduce you to my sister-in-law. This is Jacqueline. She is a pharmacist by trade. This is Gabe's sister, but would love to quit her job so she can stay at home with her daughter, her 4-year-old daughter. She wanted to start a business selling homemade custom crowns. And I have some pictures here for you of some of her crowns. But she thought that nobody would buy them. Jacqueline struggles with confidence, and she thought nobody would buy them. Nobody would think they were cool. She just thought people would make their own. She thought that they would go buy a pack of crowns, go buy the silicone molds, go take all the papers off the crowns, go break the crowns up and put them in the silicone molds and put them in the oven. She thought that everybody would just do that and nobody would want to buy her crowns. She opened an Etsy shop and started her side hustle, and she made $2,000 in 2022. And I told it's her side hustle. She's a full-time pharmacist, 40 hours a week. It is a very difficult job. I have multiple pharmacists in my family. I hear about it all the time. And she still was able to make $2,000 on the side. There are people out there who will love your stuff and want to buy it. But if you don't create an easy shopping experience, you're still not going to get many sales. If it's too hard to shop with you, people aren't going to do it. And that's why we want to make shopping with you as easy as possible. We don't want to be getting messages from 18 different places, taking 12 different forms of payment and giving our customers 2,500 options. when they're trying to buy something. Even saying all of that just now is exhausting. Imagine how your customers would feel. There are basically two options for creating an easy shopping experience online. You can build yourself an Etsy shop. And if you've been following me for any sort of time ever, you know that I'm Team Etsy. I think everybody who has a handmade shop who is currently able to take more sales in their current season of business should be on Etsy. I believe that wholeheartedly. Or you can build your own e-commerce site like Shopify. There are a lot of different companies that you can do this through, but I'm going to use Shopify as the example for this presentation, but there are other ones, okay? We're just going to use Shopify because it's really popular and it's the only one I know because I don't have my own shop off of Etsy yet. So we're going to go with Shopify. There are pros and cons to both, and whichever route you choose is up to you and your why and your ideal customer and your current season of business. But you definitely want some kind of online storefront. Even most of the brick and mortars here in my small town in Kentucky have an online store. That's just the world that we currently live in. And it's actually a huge benefit to owning a small business in the 21st century. We have access to customers all over the world thanks to the internet. So take advantage of that by building yourself an online shop. I personally believe that you need both of these things in your business to be the most successful that you could possibly be. But let's look at some of the pros and cons of these two options so you can decide which one is best for you. For the sake of time, I've only put the top 3 pros and cons for each of these two options. But you can find the full list of pros and cons in your master packet. It is in here. Here's what it looks like. The full list of pros and cons that you can find in your master packet. But and there's also some blank spots for you to add some pros and cons that might be unique to you. But for the sake of time, we are just going to talk about 3 for each of these two options. So let's start with Etsy shop pros. Millions of people are already shopping on the platform. Millions. That's a fact. You can look at Etsy's like records, and that is a fact. You don't pay anything unless you make a sale. And I know that some people are thinking, Ashley, you do. You pay the 20-cent listing fee before you make a sale. I'm going to get to that, I promise. And it's very easy to set up with little techie needed. It's very click and drag. You just go through the prompts as they come to you, and then all of a sudden your shop is set up. It's really simple. Now we're going to look at Shopify pros. There are no per sale fees. So you do not have to pay Shopify a fee from every sale that you make, like a commission. You don't have to do that with Shopify. You do have to have monthly fees to have a Shopify shop, but you do not have to have per sale fees. You have more control and customization options through a Shopify shop. You can get into the techie and you can add things or take things away. You can customize it to fit your needs perfectly, and you own it. You own your shop. There is no third-party overhead that is pulling the strings for you. You are in complete control. You own your shop completely. You get to make all of the calls. Now let's look at some cons. Etsy shop cons. If Etsy decides to shut down one day, or they go bankrupt, or something happens to them, there goes your business. Everything that you work for is gone in the blink of an eye because you do not own Etsy. You just use their platform to own your business, right? You have limited control and customization. So if you're on Etsy, if you've shopped on Etsy before, you see that most shops look pretty similar. There are a few aesthetically pleasing things that you can change, but for the most part, for the bones of how it works, everything is the same for every shop. And this is probably my biggest con, is other shops can distract from your customer. So if a customer is in your shop and they're looking at your beanie, Etsy's going to show them 10 other beanies from 10 other Etsy shops that they might also be interested in. That is not ideal. But if you are serving your ideal customer well, you're still going to get that sale, I promise. I don't want to go off on a tangent because we have a certain time, but I sell Claire Bun beanies in my Etsy shop, and I put out the pattern for Claire Bun beanies back in 2017. So there's probably 100 people selling Claire Bun beanies on Etsy right now, and I still sell Claire Bun beanies every season, every beanie season. We sold 2 yesterday or day before. Mine are $30. That is the higher end of the range of Claire Bun beanies, exact same beanie from different people all over the exact same platform, and I still make beanie sales every year. Keep that in mind. Now we have some Shopify cons. You have the monthly overhead fees, which means you have to pay to be on Shopify whether you make money or not. So if you open a shop and your business is brand new and you haven't made any sales yet, you're going to have to pay whatever the fee is to have an open Shopify shop, even if you didn't make any money. So you're definitely going to be going in the red that month. Mackenzie is adding names to the yarn wall as people sign up for Crochet Boss Academy. In case you didn't know, that's what she's doing in here. She just added Kira P just signed up to Crochet Boss Academy. Welcome, Kara P. There's some confetti for you. It is very techie to set up a Shopify shop. And I say that not from experience because I have never set up a Shopify shop before. I need to. I just haven't got around to it yet. But my best friend Taylor has. And she told me that it took her weeks to get her shop set up. It was way more techie than Etsy. And it could be very overwhelming for someone who's just not naturally tech savvy. The good news is Shopify is very popular. So there's probably lots of video tutorials that you could watch on YouTube. But it is going to be a learning curve. And you are going to have to spend the time to learn it and learn how to do it well. With Etsy, you can get your shop set up in an hour, 2 hours max, and you're good to go. There's also no built-in trust factor for new customers. So if a customer is familiar with shopping on Etsy, they're going to know that even if this new shop that they never shopped with before, if that person ghosts them, I think that's what the kids are saying, they ghost them, Etsy has their back. Etsy is going to take care of them. So they feel a little bit safer shopping online because they trust Etsy, even though they've never shopped with you before. And Shopify does not have that built-in factor. So that's just something to think about. Again, there is a longer list inside of your master packet with some blank spaces that you can add some, if you have pros and cons that are custom to you, like maybe your uncle is a Shopify expert, that would go in the pros list because your uncle would be able to help you set up your shop. So that would be unique to you. There are a couple spots open for you there. So which way are you leaning? Are you leaning more towards Team Etsy or more towards Team Shopify? Let me know in the comments and then look at what other people are saying and see how many people are saying Etsy, how many people are saying Shopify, or you could even say both if you wanted to. I need both. I need both right now. You can even say that and take a look because you are not the only one thinking the one that you're thinking. Lots of people are thinking about it too. Samantha, okay, I told you we were going to hear from her again. Her story is beautiful. Samantha said, being on Etsy has made my business a legit business. I am shocked at how many orders I get, how many repeat customers I have, and just all of it. Shock. I made 5 figures last year, which is insane to me. Again, Samantha is Marianne K. Marianne K. Made on Instagram and on Etsy, and she is class of 2022. This is about the time when people start telling me they don't want to open an Etsy shop because the fees are too high. Is it really worth it to sell on Etsy when their fees are so high? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a closer look at all of the fees Etsy sellers pay per sale. So first you have the 20-cent listing fee. It costs you 20 cents to list a new item on Etsy. Now you're saying, Ashley, you said it didn't cost anything to start an Etsy shop. If you are a brand new Etsy seller and you sign up to Etsy through a referral link from somebody who's already on Etsy, it could be anybody. If they have an Etsy shop, they can send you their referral link. You will get 40 free listings. This means 40 listings without the 20% listing fee. You can find a referral link to my Etsy referral link in your links page somewhere. 40 free listings. That's the one. It's a QR code. You can get to that. That's my referral link, and it will get you the 40 free listings when you open an Etsy shop. I love that I have confetti all over me, and I hope it never cleans up all the way. I hope this is just my life now. The 6.5% transaction fee. This is the main Etsy fee Etsy takes per sale. This is 6.5% of your total, including shipping, including your shipping costs. So 6.5% is what Etsy takes as their Etsy fee. And then we have the processing fee, 3% of the listing price, including shipping, plus 25 cents. This is for U.S. country, like the U.S. country. For other countries, it ranges anywhere from 3 to 6%. You can find a link to the full list of processing fees by country in your master packet. It is here on the master packet. It's a QR code for you. So if you are outside of the U.S. and you want to see what this processing fee looks like for you, there is a code there. You're just going to have to do a little bit of math. Now let's take a real life example and break this down step by step. Let's say you are selling a Claire Bun beanie for $25 and you're charging the customer $4.50 for shipping. So you are the $25 plus shipping. So their total is going to be $29.50 when they check out. If it cost, sorry. Sorry, I had a throat situation. If it costs you $1.75 in materials to make one Claire Bun beanie, that's the number we're going to go with. So it costs you $1.75 in yarn and a product tag. That's how much it costs you to make your Claire Bun beanie. So the revenue that you're going to get, which is before any of the fees come out, is $29.50. It costs you $1.75 to make the beanie in materials, 20-cent listing fee, $1.92 for the transaction fee, that's the 6.5%, and $1.14 for the processing fee. That means the total fees that Etsy will take from your $25 listing plus shipping is $3.26. The total cost for your product from this $29.50 is the $326 plus the $175 plus the $450. So the total cost is $9.51. That includes your cost of materials and the cost to ship the product, making your profit $19.99. So from a $25 listing, you get to bring home $19.99. That's very, very good profit margins. There, I broke this down. There was a free Etsy fee calculator that you can use to break this down, and you can go into an advanced portion of the calculator, and you can even add the off-sale ads if you wanted to, and see what that would look like if you potentially had an off-sale ad fee attached to that. And I also just did a YouTube video on that, so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can check that out after this masterclass. But the Etsy fee calculator is on your master packet in the links portion. It is free to use. It is an online tool. Definitely check it out. I highly recommend using an Etsy fee calculator anytime that you need to set a price for a new product in your shop. This is going to help you make sure that you stay in the green and you're getting the profit per item that you want to make. Just raise the price until you get the profit that you want to make. You can sell them for whatever you want. When I asked Amanda how opening a shop on Etsy has affected her business, she said, "My shop now has over 100 customers with over 175 items sold. We doubled our sales this year compared to last year." So after she opened Etsy shop, she doubled her sales. So far in this class, we've talked about finding your why, nailing down your ideal customer, creating an intentional product line, and having some sort of online shop. The last area we are going to discuss is communication. So currently in your business, what is the primary way you stay connected with your audience? Are you team Facebook or team Instagram? Let us know in the comments. Whichever platform you choose to make your primary platform, you want to make sure you are consistently showing up. The two main ways to communicate with your audience in 2023 are social media and email marketing. So for the social media route, everything about your social media should be set up to draw your ideal customer in like a magnet. The visual elements, the organization of your profile, how you speak or write. When she's on your page or sees your post, she should immediately feel welcomed, and she should feel your brand tone. She should feel like, I am now with my people. That's what you want to portray to her through your social media posts and captions and organization and tone, all things. The aesthetic in this example is a peaceful, clean, soft, and feminine brand. So that would be the type of tone that you would hear from this brand owner. She is not high energy and oversharing. I can tell you that. This girl is gentle and sweet. She's probably very soft-spoken. That is who owns this business. Okay, I made this up, just so you know. I got all those images off Canva. If you want to be successful on social media and use it to generate more sales, because that's the point of business, the point of business is not to watch your followers list go up. The point of business is to make more sales. Here are the things that are pretty crucial to social media. Who do we got? Sarah and Jenny. Woo! Mackenzie's going to get confetti on her. Sarah and Jenny, welcome. Social media, you need to have consistent visual elements. So when you are posting on social media or making a reel or doing a live, whatever it is you're doing, you need to have consistent visual elements. So for my business, when I'm doing a live, I'm wearing my colors. I'm wearing the colors that make sense. I'm almost always standing in front of my yarn wall. That is consistency. There's other things in my craft room that I use regularly as like photo props and video props, things like that, to help me be consistent in my visual elements. I also wear clothes. When I'm shopping for new clothes, I'm very intentional to pick out clothes that I can wear on video that match my brand and make everything very cohesive. You want a consistent tone. If your tone of business is to share, to be a light in your community and be an uplifting, positive person, and that's your brand tone, if you have a bad experience at Hobby Lobby and the cashier was rude to you and you want to get on social media and make a big long post about how do not go to the Hobby Lobby in Berea, Kentucky because Bethany, the cashier, is extremely hateful. This is how she treated me. I'm appalled. I'm going to speak to her manager. I can't believe it. That is not going to be true to your tone. That is not consistent. That is going to throw your people for a loop, and that is going to make you look really wishy-washy. That's not going to raise your trust factor, right? People are going to be like, why is she acting this way? They're not going to expect that from you. You need to stay true to your tone. You need to stay consistent to your schedule. When are you going to post on social media? You do not have to post on social media every day if you don't want to. If that doesn't make sense for your current season of life and your current season of business, you do not have to post every day, but you need to post consistently. So whatever consistent looks like for you, whatever you can manage in your current season is what you need to do consistently on social media. You should use ideal customer specific hashtags. Hashtags are a discovery tool. We use hashtags to attract more people to our channel so they will follow us and potentially buy our things in the future. You do not want people following you that will not buy your things. It's a waste of your time. You're working harder, not smarter, right? We want to work smarter. We want everything that we do to result in business growth. And getting return customers results in business growth. So you want to use hashtags that your ideal customer would be searching or following or looking at on social media so the algorithm knows who to show it to when you use that hashtag. So spoiler alert, hashtag crochet is not what your ideal customer is looking for unless you're a crochet designer. And then it's still kind of a big one to use. Like 7 million people have used that hashtag. So it's really not great for anybody at this time. If your ideal customer is a girl mom, hashtag girl mom, hashtag my mini me. Like you want to use hashtags that your girl mom would be looking for. For Meredith, we could say hashtag football mom, hashtag boy mom, hashtag outfit of the day, like things like that Meredith would be searching for, following, or would be showing up on her feed from other Instagram accounts. That's going to tell the algorithm that they should show you to Meredith as well if you use the proper hashtags. You want to have a variety of intentional content for your customers. You do not want to say, hey, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. Look at this new thing I just listed. Remember that thing from yesterday? Here it is in purple. You should go buy it. Those are not going to resonate with anybody, especially not Meredith. But they're not going to resonate with anybody. Nobody's going to see you say that every day and every day be like, yes, I need to go buy it. Yes, I need to go buy it again. Oh, purple. Yes, I need to go buy it. It would be great if that's how they were, but that's not how it's going to happen. You need to be serving Meredith with the type of content you post. You need to post things that are going to speak to her why. So maybe you sell farmers market totes, farmers market bags, and you can show Meredith that when she's picking vegetables in her garden with her sons, these farmers market totes are perfect, very convenient, right? Meredith is all about convenience. You want your captions to speak to your ideal customer and serve her in some way, very intentionally. And you want your bio and your profile organization to tell Meredith that she is in the right spot when she lands on your page. If your bio says Jesus Coffee Crochet, Meredith is going to be like, okay, I don't know what crochet means. Is that like knitting or is that like with the sewing machine? Meredith is not going to know what you're talking about. That is not going to serve her at all. That is not going to tell her that she is in the right place and that she needs to follow you because you are going to serve her well. You are her people. It's not going to tell her any of that. You need to be very intentional with your bio and tell your people who you are and what you do in that very limited space that you get in your bio, so they know that they're in the right place and they can. It's a quick yes to follow you on social media. We always want the quick yes. The quicker we can get our customer from hello, I'm here to yes, the better our business will be across the board, no matter what area of business that you're in. Look at this example from Anna of Greystone Crochet. She said after she applied what she learned inside of Crochet Boss Academy, her Instagram grew from 300 followers in May to 1,163 followers in September. That's nearly 1,000 new followers in only 4 months. She's working smarter, not harder on social media, and that can do a lot of things for your business, like getting your stuff in front of more ideal customer eyes. That's what we want. I asked Rhiannon how applying what she learned inside of Crochet Boss Academy on social media, and she said, I have known exactly what I wanted to post each day and have had things scheduled out, usually days in advance. Before Crochet Boss Academy, I was scrambling daily to post. My comments and interactions from customers has grown so much. Rhiannon has been able to increase engagement with her audience because she posts consistently and she speaks to her ideal customer. She knows who her ideal customer is and she serves her well on social media. But if you were to ask me, Ashley, what is the best, most important thing I can do to communicate with my audience and get more sales? I would tell you to start and nurture an email list as soon as possible. Your email list is your direct line to the most important people in your audience. These are the people who took multiple steps to be certain they don't miss content from you. Take your own selves, for example. You are here today because you are on my email list. If I didn't have my email list, I wouldn't have the audience that I have right now hanging out with me, learning how to grow your business. All of you came from my email list because that's the only way you could get the link to the YouTube video. It's very private. So everybody who's here right now, leaving comments, being here, encouraging one another is from my email list. It's very important. These are the people that will be most likely to buy your things. And let me show you a real life example that I teased at the beginning of something from behind the curtain here at A Crafty Concept. On January 20th of this year, my mouse ears hat pattern went live. I posted about it on Instagram and I sent out an email almost at the same time, but definitely during the same day. My Instagram reel got 2,518 likes. There's another one. It says so-and-so and 2,517. So there's another one, 18. And I sent out an email and my email was opened by 4,458 people. That's over 75% more engagement. That's unheard of. Even after it had been on Instagram for a couple of weeks and got up to 88,000 views. This reel did really well. I don't often have ones that get up to 88,000 views because I used a trending sound. That's why it got so many views. It only got up to 4,135 likes and my email got up to 4,627 opens. I would also like to point out that my email list was only sent to 11.4 thousand people. And my Instagram post was published to an audience of somewhere between 70K and 72,000 followers on Instagram at the time. So 5.8% of my Instagram following engaged by liking my post, and 40.6% of my email list engaged by opening my email. That is a huge difference. Email is where it's at. You own it. It's yours. Nobody can take it from you. It is your stronghold. You need an email list. I will shout it from the mountaintops. How much easier would it be if you could talk directly to your audience without fighting against the algorithm and chasing every trend? This is exactly what having an email list can do for you. So let's go over the 5 steps to building a successful crochet business. 1, you need to know your driving force, your why. What keeps you up working late at night? You need to know that. 2, you need to be able to target your perfect person and target her well through 3, an intentional product line that serves her well, solves a problem, or raises her quality of life in some way. 4, you need to have an online shop. It doesn't matter if you want an Etsy shop or you want to build your own. You just need to be on the internet to make shopping with you as easy as possible, to get that quick yes and to get more sales. And then 5, you need to know how to best communicate with your people and how to do it well. I'm team email, but obviously we're going to be on social media too. You should definitely be on social media too. But if I had to choose one to put all my energy into, it would be email list. If there's a little voice in your head right now that's still telling you that you aren't good enough to own a business, let me tell you something. You are enough. Insecurities are the thieves that steal our potential success. If you are struggling with confidence, you are not alone. I waited 4 years before I opened my Etsy shop. Imagine where my business would be today if I had started 4 years earlier. It's unimaginable. This was me in 2016 when I opened my Etsy shop. I was crocheting amigurumi with an H hook. And for anybody that is familiar with making amigurumi, that is far too big. I mean, I love this yarn, worsted weight 4, and an H hook. So my pieces were very holy because I didn't know that I should not be using an H hook. Now I use an E or an F, right? Much smaller. So that's what I was doing. I spent hours using my Cricut to make decorative tags for an upcoming market. So let me just say, do these two things look like they go on the same brand? Do keys and teapots have anything to do with toys, children's toys and giraffes? No, they don't. But I spent hours doing this. Like, look at all those. Look at all those things that I cut out and put onto tags that I also cut out one at a time, because that was a good use of my time. I peer pressured my family into stopping by Hobby Lobby every time they were in town to grab some yarn. That was the 1 coupon per person per day era of Hobby Lobby. Good times. Your crochet skills will continue to improve over time. I no longer use an H hook. I now know to use a smaller hook. But there's someone out there right now that thinks your current skill level is the coolest thing in the world. I wish I would have had something like Crochet Boss Academy to guide me when I first started out. I would have saved years of trial and error, but I wouldn't have been able to create this stellar course for you, so everything works out in the end. My student Andrea also used to struggle with confidence. She said, Crochet Boss Academy has helped my business and myself in so many amazing ways. This course has given me the confidence not only to build my brand, but build confidence in myself and the work I put out. I think that is invaluable. Andrea is Crocheted by Mama, class of 2022. And so to wrap things up, if you only remember one thing from this masterclass, let it be this. You can make selling crochet your full-time job. It is absolutely possible. Let's look at some real-life Crafty Concepts stats that I teased at the beginning of this class. My first year on Etsy, I made nearly $4,000 selling very holy stuffies, okay? Nearly $4,000. I opened my shop in July. So this was from July to December 31st. I remember how excited I was when I first got my first cha-ching, and that was the email that I got from it. It was my aunt buying a horse stuffy for my cousin Liam. I remember how excited I was when I got my first 5-star review. This one was actually from an Etsy stranger, and she has a beautiful story, and I'm going to share that story with you guys when I release this pattern next month. So stay tuned for that. It's a tearjerker. The last picture over here on the right is what my stats were the day I opened my shop. So I opened my shop with 13 listings, but 11 of those listings were each a different animal. So I had 11 styles of stuffies. I sold one of each style. The only thing I had left was like multiples. I had like an American flag inspired Ava bunny because I thought July it would make sense. I don't even know if it ever sold. I really don't remember what happened to that guy. But I almost sold out completely the day I opened my shop. This is what my life looked like in 2016 when I was building my Etsy shop. I was getting up early, 7:15 a.m. I had my baby monitor here because Ava was about 15 months at the time. And so I was trying to get some work in before she woke up. I would put myself in Ava's crib so she could play in her room safely and could not get to my yarn. I think I'm crocheting Ava something in that picture. I don't remember. I used to bring my yarn with me everywhere. And if we had extra time while we were doing stuff, I would sit in the back seat of the car with Ava and just talk to her while I crocheted. I'm making a mermaid tail in this picture. I stayed up late. This picture was taken at 11:17 p.m. I stayed up late working on stuffies. I had to wrestle with my 15-year-old girl to get pictures of these toys. She could not wrap her mind around why I wouldn't let her touch these toys that were in the floor. And so I had to try to take these pictures and get a good image while keeping my 15-month-old from grabbing it. And this is the face that she gave me when she actually had victory and was able to snag that stuffy after I finally got a shot for my Etsy listing. She was like, was that so hard? What is wrong with you, woman? This is a toy. I'm a child. What's wrong with you? I love this picture. I thought it was so funny. I would get her set up next to me, coloring or doing something safe and self occupied while I crocheted. This is yarn right here. I would let her destroy my kitchen with Tupperware because it's a safe activity. And she would just fling it all over and make noise. And I would just let her do that while I was crocheting. I would let her play in my craft room and absolutely destroy it while I was crocheting. And also, I would like to point out, this craft room is not aesthetically pleasing, okay? The one that you see today, this is my middle. This is the middle of my business. This was the beginning. This was the beginning. Beige, yellow, horrible lighting. I had one tiny window. This is where I started. So when you're looking at this, don't compare my middle to your beginning, okay? Your middle will look much different than your beginning. This was my life when I first started opening a business. This is the things that I was selling. I was selling any and everything. I was selling my stuffies. That was the reason I opened my shop, was to primarily sell stuffies. But I was also selling turkey legs and copyrighted character hats and funky baby blankets and newborn photography props and stuffies with mermaid tails and a matching mermaid tail blanket for the children. I was making all the things in all of the colors for all of the people. And while I was doing this in this bland craft room with this very high energy, stubborn child, very passionate child, I was still able to make $4,000 in my first year in business in revenue. Imagine what would have been if I had had some direction. So I obviously had like skills, right? I had marketing skills, which is why I'm here today, but I had no direction. I was throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what would stick. And I was still able to make nearly $4,000. So imagine for just a second what it would have been if I had direction. In 2017, my shop went viral. And no, that wasn't by luck. Oh, you're so lucky. Your shop went viral. No, it was directly correlated to the hard work that I put in leading up to that point. That's why my shop went viral. And I can go into that later if you would like to hear that story. I made over $48,000 in revenue in 2017. And this is just physical product sales on Etsy. And this is revenue before any of my costs came out, right? This is revenue. Just on Etsy and just physical sales, things that I had to send out in the mail. I made, about 24K in 2018, just over 15K in 2019, just under 10K in 2020 and 2021. And then my lowest year for physical product sales was 6K in 2020. These are the numbers for my physical sales only. 2018 was when I started to focus my business on designing patterns and sending people to my blog for free patterns. I wasn't sending them to my Etsy shop anymore. I wasn't saying, hey, I designed this new thing. You can go get it in my Etsy shop. That's what I was doing in 2017. In 2018, I was saying, hey, I designed this new thing. Go look at it for free on my blog. So I wasn't even sending traffic to my Etsy shop anymore. Then in 2019 is when I started teaching fellow business owners. 2019 is when I built Crochet Boss Academy, and I launched it in January of 2020, unbeknown to me that everything was going to hit the fan in March 2020, because that is when we had the pandemic. And that is when everything just kind of got a little bit weird for everybody. My physical product sales went down because my why changed, and so did my ideal customer. So this is exactly in line with what I'm telling you. When you speak to your ideal customer, your business will do different things. And physical product sales was not my priority anymore. This was very just like letting it come from Etsy on its own. And every now and then I would promote something. But for the most part, this was just letting Etsy do its thing in the background. Now let's look at my total A Crafty Concept sales, physical and digital, in revenue since the life of my business. This graph shows you my total sales on Etsy over the same time span. You can see where I went viral in 2017 and was able to hold on to that traffic a little bit in 2018 and 2019, still having some pretty high numbers. And then the pandemic hit, and all of my focus was on Crochet Boss Academy. The end of 2019, I was building Crochet Boss Academy, and the beginning of 2020, I was launching Crochet Boss Academy for the first time in my life. After the pandemic, and I started getting Crochet Boss Academy up and running, things were getting smoother. You can see that my revenue on Etsy started to go up again. I don't show you this to boast or toot my own horn. I show you this for two reasons. One, so you can see it is possible to have a successful business selling finished pieces only. And two, where'd I go? Where'd my two go? Sorry. Two, so you can see I do have experience in this area, and I'm not just pulling your leg. But I'm not the only one in the world to have success selling finished pieces. Let me introduce you to Twinkie Chan. She started her crochet business like most of us do, making things for herself and her friends. Over time, her brand really took off, and she had a very well-branded brand from the beginning because she just stayed true to who she was. She didn't do it on purpose. She just stayed true to who she was naturally, and so she created these quirky, fun, beautiful, like rainbow colored type food pieces. That was part of her brand. That's what she became known for. Over time, her brand really took off. She made and eventually her products were mass produced and sold in big box stores. You could buy one of her scarves in Hot Topic. There is a Hot Topic in the Lexington Mall 30 minutes down the road. Like, you could buy her crochet things in Hot Topic. That's how big her business got. I watched an interview that she did on YouTube about sharing her story and how this all happened for her. And it really opened my eyes to the fact that you can make this big business as big or as small as you want. You are not limited to you sitting in your kitchen selling or crocheting Etsy orders for the rest of your life. You can take this in an infinite amount of directions, anywhere that you want. Whatever your ideal level of success looks like, you can take this as big as you want. This is proof of that. Twinkie Chain is proof of that. And what you saw from my Crafty Concept stats is proof of that. I did want to note that she is no longer selling finished pieces, but she was for a season, and that's the point of this slide. This is Nicole Brown. I don't know much about her, but I've been following her on Instagram for a while. And what I can tell you is she started a business in 2010 selling knitwear, specifically beanies, but she also sells $400 sweaters, $400+ knit sweaters, like hand knit sweaters. She has multiple women across the Midwest working for her, making beanies. She is out here absolutely killing it and helping support other families by hiring a team. So because of her passion for her business, and she saw that the need and the demand for these beanies, she didn't say, oh, I have to cut off sales, I'm just one person. She said, no, I can make this bigger. And this spoke to her why. This is what she wanted to do. She could have cut it off if she wanted to, and that's still completely fine. But for her, she wanted to make it bigger. And she created an entire team of women helping her knit these beanies each week. And now she's able to help support these other families so they can pay for Disney, so they can save up for college, so they can take the grocery bill from their husband's monthly bills each week. She did this with her business. I asked her if she had any words of encouragement for first-time business owners, and this is what she said. Staying true to yourself helps cultivate a following of loyal customers, as people are not just buying the product, they're buying a piece of you and your story. Thus, the market can never really be too saturated, as there is only one you. I promise I did not coast her into saying that. I've never spoken to this girl before this time. I told her who I was and what I was doing, and this is what she said. And I know that you've heard me say stuff like this over and over again, and this is coming from a whole different person. You can make selling crochet your full-time job. I hope that you're able to start seeing that now. I hope it's starting to put off some light bulbs and make some puzzle pieces click together for you. Would you like me to virtually help you build the crochet business of your dreams? I hope you just answered yes in your head. You have basically two choices. You can build your crochet business alone, trying to Google your way through success and hoping the people you're learning from know what they're talking about. That's the long road. Or we can do it together with a community of like-minded crocheters just like you, encouraging one another and lifting each other up. I hope you're thinking option number 2. And if so, I would like to invite you to Crochet Boss Academy. Crochet Boss Academy is my signature all-in-one inclusive course where I teach crocheters everything they need to know about building and owning a crochet business. Crochet Boss Academy is the only online training of its kind that shows you exactly how to build and market the crochet business of your dreams, selling finished pieces, so you can achieve your goals and reach your unique ideal level of success. Here's what you will accomplish inside of Crochet Boss Academy. You will intimately know exactly who your ideal customer is. You will confidently create an irresistible product line your ideal customer will love. You will decide on all of your branding elements and learn how to use them consistently throughout your business. You will create an Etsy shop that is optimized for consistent sales. You will write Etsy listings that will generate sales through the search algorithm, the Etsy search algorithm, meaning Etsy strangers that you would never be able to potentially reach on your own will find you through Etsy, and you will learn how to do that well. You will learn how to build an obtainable social media strategy that fits perfectly with your schedule and your current season of life. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Their social media schedule is going to be unique as they are. And we're going to help you decide what is best for your business and your current season of life and something that you can stick to consistently. And we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to show you how to do it and how to stick to it. You're going to start generating more sales from your social media posts. You're going to build an email list and an email strategy that works best for your brand, your unique brand. And you're going to consistently serve your audience through email marketing. Here are the 6 things that we go over inside of Crochet Boss Academy. It's made up of 6 strategic modules that touch on the crucial, most foundational elements of building a small business and setting it up for success. First, we're going to get laser focused on who your ideal customer is, and that is module number 1. Hello, Courtney and Despo, and we have Dominique and Brandy and Shalana and Kate and Laurie and Courtney and Crystal and Lydia and Jenny and Sarah. Oh my! This is so fun. I bought a whole bag of confetti. I'm very excited. Second, we are going to design the business branding of your dreams. Gone are the days where you have no direction and feel like you are running in circles. Third, we are going to get you up and running on Etsy so you can start offering your products to millions of new customers and streamline how everyone shops with you. This is going to make you way more organized. If you already have an Etsy shop, we're going to update it. We're going to check off any boxes you may have overlooked and make sure you are set up properly so you will show up in the search algorithm. There are some tiny things that if you overlook them or if you don't do them, it will hurt you in the eyes of the algorithm. And I'm going to teach you every bit of that inside of Crochet Boss Academy. Fourth, we are going to take that new or updated Etsy shop and optimize it so you can show up in search results. This is key to doing well on Etsy. Fifth, social media will no longer feel like a time-sucking chore. We are going to create a stellar strategy that fits your current season of life so you never run out of ideas for what to post or what to say in your captions. You will be able to plan your posts a month in advance if you want after going through Module 5. I'm going to give you the tips, tricks, and tools you need to show up consistently on social media, to stop running out of ideas of what to post, and to stop saying buy my thing every other post. We're going to give you a whole pool of other things that you can say to serve your ideal customer well that will lead to sales. Finally, in Module 6, we're going to get you all set up with an email service provider so you can start serving your audience through email marketing. As we saw in this example earlier about my mouse ears, email is going to be well worth your time. But that's not all, folks. Let's talk about bonuses. You will also get 6 weeks of exclusive Q&As with yours truly. These aren't your regular Q&A sessions. These are very intentional and specific to each week's module. So in week 1, when module 1 drops, we will only have module 1 questions in our Q&A. Week 2, just module 2 questions. This is very intentional, so nobody gets overwhelmed. We don't want you getting overwhelmed. We want you to succeed. So everything that I've done inside of Crochet Boss Academy is very intentional to help you succeed. This is designed to help you stay focused on that week's module and to keep you from feeling overwhelmed. We're going to take everything one small step at a time. The total value of this bonus is $960. Oh, yes, 6 weeks of live Q&As inside of the Facebook group, but they're going to be 4 times a week. So that's a lot of lives. Monday through Thursday, I'm going to be going live with you guys. I'm going to be walking step by step through these modules with you. You can find the Class of 2023 Facebook schedule in your master packet so you can get an idea of what times the lives are going to be and see if that works best for your schedule or not. The replays will also be available. So you can find this in your master packet so you can just like prepare ahead of time and take a look at that. These are the times that I'm able to do with my current season of life. So I am a mom, I am a wife. I have to do things like when Ava's in school. So this is the current. I do have a PM one on Thursday, so to try to make it a little bit more to reach different people. But the replays will be available inside of the Facebook group and inside of your Crochet Boss Academy dashboard area. The Facebook group is always everyone's favorite part about the Crochet Boss Academy experience. Crochet Boss Academy student Lauren said, Crochet Boss Academy is a worthy investment. I highly recommend joining the Facebook group and participating. I love this next part. If you don't have a Facebook, make one. It's free to make a Facebook. I don't care what name you use. I would not have been, then she continues, I would not have been able to hold myself accountable or do this on my own otherwise. The positivity and the helpfulness of everyone is contagious. You'll be waiting to share your brain dumps and hard work before Ashley even prompts you to do so. This group is so important to the class. And that is Lauren Johnson of Wildwood Headwear, class of 2022. I am not extra special. I do not have access to exclusive experts, technology, or resources. I do not have a phone that I can call up Etsy and ask them my questions. I just have a lot of experience running a successful crochet business and want to share what I have learned with you. So you got bonus number 1, 6 weeks of 4 lives every week, total value of $960. Then we've got bonus number 2, how to have a successful market. An entire bonus module created to help you feel confident and prepared at your next market. I know that markets are a big part of a lot of crocheters' business strategy, and I want to help set you up for success virtually in your Etsy shops, but also in real life at your markets. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about markets, how to use markets to actually grow your business, working smarter, not harder. We don't want to meet 50 customers at our market and then never hear from them again. We want to turn them into return customers, true fans. That's what we want. We're going to talk about how to do that in this module. How to organize your booth and set up your displays, best ways to accept payments at markets like credit cards, and more. The total value of this bonus is $150. When Tiffany was going through Crochet Boss Academy, she shared this in the Facebook group. I had a craft fair 2 weeks ago, and I set it up to my ideal customer. Normally, I throw things together whenever I can. Whatever I can find, but this time I planned it out. This market wasn't advertised well, and the only people there were fellow market workers. But I still made as much money as I have at previous markets because each customer bought multiple things. So thankful for this course and for the knowledge Ashley has given me. And that is Tiffany of Crafty Chick Crochet, class of 2021. Crochet Boss Academy comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee. If you spend 7 days going through this content and you feel like it isn't the course for you, you can ask for a refund, no questions asked. I don't want anyone inside of Crochet Boss Academy that doesn't want to be there. So there's literally no risk for you. So we've got bonus number 1 with 6 weeks of live Q&As 4 times a week with me, total value of $960. We've got bonus number 2, how to have a successful market, total value at $150. We've got bonus number 3, an exclusive community of people just like you. The private Crochet Boss Academy Facebook group may be one of the most valuable bonuses yet. You have access to this bonus. You potentially have access to this bonus for the rest of the year. So until the end of December 2023, because then I got to prepare for the next class. But all year long. Previously, we had only done it for 6 weeks, and now you will have access to this group, and it will stay active until the end of the year. The total value for this private group is $240. Listen to what Rachel had to say. The best part of joining Crochet Boss Academy is the community. You're not just relying on Ashley's brain to help you figure this out. You have your entire class of Crochet Boss Academy students to rely on. My new business name was a suggestion from one of my fellow bosses. I would have never gotten it without her help. You have so many people helping you with ideas, asking questions you didn't know you had, and cheering you on. Crochet Boss Academy might have a price tag, but the community you'll be a part of is priceless. I love that. I love that testimonial Rachel gave. She was very active in the Facebook group. Mind you, she was commenting on people's posts, helping her fellow bosses, asking questions, showing up in the lives. I remember her very clearly because she was very active. She is Blackbird Mountain Designs, and she was from class of 2022. Then you have bonus number 4, which is 50 yarny stock photos that you can use in multiple areas of your business to help you look more professional and to just give you a pool of photos to pull from when you're feeling uninspired. The total value of the 50 yarny stock photos is $250. Dara and Anthea, how would you say that?
Anthea.
Anthea, welcome. So we have bonus 1, 6 weeks of live Q&As with me 4 times a week. Bonus number 2, the market module valued at $150. Bonus number 3, 50 Yarny stock photos for you to use in your business valued at $240. I would like to say this is a very conservative value as well. That is like $5 a photo. Good luck finding a professional photographer to charge that for you. So that's a very conservative number. It would actually be more than that if you tried to hire someone to take stock photos for you. And then, I'm sorry, that's bonus number, sorry, it's still $250. My bad, even more than that. The 50 stock photos right here. So the total bonus value, just of the bonuses, is $1,600. And when you add the value of the course itself, Crochet Boss Academy, plus the bonuses, you're looking at a total value of $2,500. How does that sound? Probably awful. It probably made your stomach turn. I'm not going to charge you $2,500. I'm not even going to charge you $1,000. You can sign up to Crochet Boss Academy today and get everything mentioned here for only $365. That is a steal when you think about it. We do offer a payment plan option. You can either make one payment of $365 or split it up into 2 payments of $182.50. I don't believe in charging more just for the payment plan option because you need to split it up. But if you do choose the pay in full option, you will also get the pay in full bonus. But actually, what's the pay in full bonus? I'm so glad you asked. The pay in full bonus is a 12-page PDF titled How to Use Videos in Your Crochet Business. It is no secret that video is king. Everyone says that, and that's because it's true. They perform better than still images across nearly all social media platforms and other things like Etsy. You can put videos on Etsy now. Like, videos are king in this current era. The PDF includes information on why video is so important, all the places to use video in your business. There's going to be more that you haven't thought of yet. Types of videos you can take for your business. Spoiler alert, not all of them are you dancing to trendy sounds, okay? That's just one option. We got like 15 in this PDF. Filming basics and equipment that you're going to need or could need. Tips for using an iPhone. Spoiler alert, that's all that I use. I use my iPhone and I use my Mac to film things like this. I do not have a fancy camera, and I will show you how I use mine. And multiple software recommendations for editing videos. The total value of this PDF is $100. And if you pay in full, you will get this PDF. And for my eager folks who are sitting on the edge of your seat, ready to dive in head first, we have the fast action bonus that I teased at the beginning of this class. You may remember I teased the bonus at the beginning of this masterclass. If you sign up to Crochet Boss Academy before this live is over, you will get, drum roll please, the official Wrap Label Wednesday Canva template. I have never given this out to anyone. This is the exact template I use every week to make and send out Wrap Label Wednesday emails to my audience. You will get the horizontal version, the vertical version, and the thank you cards templates. I wanted to choose something really special to be the fast action bonus, and I couldn't think of a more special thing than the template I have used for the past 3 years to serve my email list audience well. Let's take a look at all of the things you will overcome once going through and implementing the Crochet Boss Academy content. You will overcome the fear of no one buying your work. You will overcome the fear of tech overwhelm. You will overcome the fear of investing in yourself. You will overcome the fear of putting yourself out there, and you will overcome the fear of not knowing what to do or how to do it. You are not alone in these fears. I had the same ones before I started taking my business seriously, and I truly believe it set me back. Behavior is the language of the brain. The brain feels our feelings, then watches our behavior to learn how to keep us safe. If your feelings say you're scared, then your actions say you're scared. Your brain will believe you're scared, and it will make you feel more scared more often as a way of protecting you. This is why I went through with getting my nose pierced on December 31st. Even though I was scared to death, I wanted my brain to know that yes, I am scared, but I can do hard things. I am brave. Do not let fear hold you back from chasing your dreams. Just look at what Molly had to say. From the first day, it all started to click. It was like I was once walking around with blurry vision and putting glasses on for the first time. Week after week, I was making changes to my business. I felt more grounded in my choices and more confident as a small business owner. I now feel like I can do this. I know there will be struggles along the way, but Ashley has built a strong foundation and a supportive community that I know will be there for me, just as I will be there for them. If you take this leap of faith and invest in yourself and sign up today, your future self will thank you. She will look back at this moment fondly and be so proud of you taking action, even though you were scared. When I was putting together this masterclass and I was digging up old photos from 2016, I got extremely emotional. And I was so thankful for 2016 Ashley, for all the hard work that she put in that got me to 2023 Ashley today. I could never thank 2016 Ashley enough. I'm going to get emotional again if I keep talking about it. So let's go to how to sign up so you know exactly what to expect with zero confusion. What you will see when you go to acraftyconcept.com/enroll, Sierra is going to pin that link for you at the top of the comment section so you can access it easily. This is what you will see. This is the top of my sales page. Scroll down until you see the payment plan options and choose which payment option is best for you. Then you will be taken to the checkout page. Fill in all of your details. Read all of the fine print. Please read the fine print. Add your card info and then click Buy Now. Then you'll see confetti. You are officially a part of the Crochet Boss Academy class of 2023. You've got some digital confetti and some real life confetti. This is my favorite thing. Gabe is going to hate it, but it's my favorite thing. Be sure to check your email for instructions on how to access your new dashboard area. You will be sent an email with your password and all the things. It's very important. So go immediately to your inbox after you submit your credit card information. Log into the course with your name and password. Then head to the welcome module. There's already all kinds of fun stuff waiting for you there, especially the welcome video. You're going to want to watch this because it is going to tell you everything you need to know to set yourself up for success and get the most out of the next 6 weeks. Here's what Natasha had to say about Crochet Boss Academy. This one might be my favorite. She said, I am a single mom. I was hesitant at first when I saw the price, but decided it was important to invest in my dream if I was ever going to meet my goals. I'm so glad that I did. Ashley's class is so organized and thoughtful, and the information is invaluable. In the last 6 weeks, I have tripled my orders, had Instagram Reels get over 20,000 views, and gained 130 new Instagram followers. I have a clear brand now that makes choices for my business so much easier, which gives me more quality time to actually make things. I have changed as a business owner after taking Crochet Boss Academy, but I have also changed as a person. I am more confident now, and I really believe that I can meet and exceed my goals with my current crochet business. If you're on the fence, take the leap. Invest in yourself and your dreams. I'm so forever thankful that I did. That is Natasha Williams, Maya J. Crochet, class of 2022. Let me get a drink. Oh my. Ashley T. No. F. Jacqueline N. Hillary L. Courtney C. Beverly S. Welcome to Crochet Boss Academy. So much fun. If you are ready to take action and join me inside of Crochet Boss Academy, you can head to the link pinned in the comments, acraftyconcept.com/enroll now to sign up. You showed up today, even though you're incredibly busy for a specific reason. Maybe it's because you have the skills necessary to start selling your makes, but you don't know how to actually get started. Or maybe you're just tired, exhausted from trying to figure out everything on your own. If you have to Google how to find your ideal customer one more time, you're going to explode. Or maybe you just want more. You have a crochet business, but it's not growing as fast as you'd like. You're not getting consistent sales. You're not seeing growth in your social channels, and you're not sure what you need to do to jumpstart everything into motion. Right about now, I bet you're having some doubts. I know you want to grow your crochet business, but you're likely thinking, I don't know if people will actually buy my stuff. This is where your ideal customer is going to come in. She's out there right now, and once you start talking to her, she will gravitate towards you. Take Samantha, for example. She said, after applying what I learned inside of Crochet Boss Academy, I learned people will pay good money for my products. People will pay for shipping too. I learned that the people who don't like my prices or are constantly wanting a discount are not my ideal customer. There are so many people who will actually buy and appreciate my work and even come back for more. I had 30 repeat customers last year, which is so crazy to me and also makes me feel so good knowing they came back to shop again. Maybe you're thinking I don't have time to work on my business right now. If you want to build a business in the fastest, most efficient way possible, you're going to need a blueprint. Crochet Boss Academy is your blueprint. You will actually save time because you will have clear direction and guidance for what to focus on next. You won't be wasting hours and hours doing stuff for your business that isn't the best use of your time, like a certain someone who spent hours making unnecessary price tags that didn't even match her branding. Another way you can save time is by listening to the Crochet Boss Academy modules. New to 2023, there is a brand new Bosses Only podcast where you can listen to each week's module while you're doing other things like driving, cleaning, or waiting in the car ride or pickup line, and the daily 4 times a week lives. You will be able to listen to the live replays in the order that they happened through the podcast, the private podcast. And you can listen to that anywhere you listen to your podcast. I used Apple Podcasts, and I've already got it. The techie is all working. Students will have access to this podcast for the rest of 2023, which gives you plenty of time to listen to all 6 modules. But Ashley, I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram. You don't need them. We're going to focus on quality over quantity. It's more important for you to have the right followers than how many followers you have. You want ideal customer followers. These are the people that are going to engage with your content, share it with their friends, and check out your shop when you announce a new product. They're going to be the people who come back time and time again to shop with you because you are serving them well through both social media and the products you sell. As we saw in my email example, I have a smaller email list than my social media following, but my email list people are the ones who mostly engage. That's because they are truly my ideal customer. So if you have your ideal customer following you on social media, your engagement is going to go up. Maybe you're worried about the techie that goes into building an Etsy shop, and you're thinking, the thought of building an Etsy shop scares me. Let me put your mind at ease. 2 modules inside of Crochet Boss Academy are dedicated to Etsy. That is 1/3 of the entire course. I'm going to break everything down so clearly for you, you're going to look back and giggle at how nervous you were. If you know how to use a computer and how to navigate the internet, you're good to go. I'm going to tell you everything else you need to know. But actually, I don't know where to start. I feel like I may be overcomplicating things. This is probably the most common of all. I don't know if it's because we're creatives or because we're multi-passionate, but we're just a big old group of overthinkers. Whenever you start to overthink, you need to stop and look at your compass. Remember why you want to build a crochet business in the first place. Then look to your ideal customer. Ask yourself, is what I'm stressing about even something that is going to help me reach my why? Is what I'm overthinking even important to the big picture of serving my ideal customer? Most likely the answer is going to be no. And I speak from experience. I'm constantly reminding myself that I am overthinking, aka procrastinating, by pretending to work on something important, and I need to move on to something that is actually important. A tool you get inside of Crochet Boss Academy is the master checklist. This little ditty has every single thing you have to do inside of Crochet Boss Academy on it, so you can check it off as you complete each task. I love me a good checklist. We're talking every module, worksheet, video lesson, all of it. It's all on the checklist, and you can be certain that you won't miss a single step. If this sounds like something you need in your life to help you reach your goals and to take your business to the next level, you can get started today for as little as $182.50. We have finally made it through to the Q&A portion of the class. This is where you can ask me any questions that may have popped up while we were going through this lesson, or any questions that you have concerning Crochet Boss Academy. I'm going to start a 20-minute timer. And remember, if you sign up before this live ends, you will get the Fast Action Wrap Label bonus. I'm going to switch over here to my screen so I can start seeing these questions and start answering them as fast as humanly possible, but also efficiently and thoroughly. So let's look at what we got. Hook in a Teacup says, is Etsy better for sellers in the US? I'm in the UK. So I don't know anything about being in the UK. I do know that in a small business, you want to get your stuff in front of the most eyes as possible. You want to grow your customer base. And being on Etsy will grow your customer base. So if you are currently able to take more sales in your current season of business, some people's why might be just to make 30 things a month, and that's all they want. They're currently making and selling 30 things a month, and they don't want to go any further than that. That's perfect. Maybe you don't need to open an Etsy shop if you are not willing or wanting to take more orders in this current season of your business. But if you are willing or able to take more orders, adding Etsy to your strategy will help you get more customers. Thank you, Hook in a Teacup, for asking your question, and your name is fun. Then we have Diana, and she says, would love to start with Etsy, but I'm from the Philippines and international shipping is expensive. So Diana, you would charge the shipping to your customer. And if you're speaking to your ideal customer and the thing that you sell is serving them well, they will pay for shipping. They just will. People will pay for it. I sell stuff to out of this country too, out of the US, and sometimes shipping costs more than the beanie they just bought, but people still buy it. Also, I'd like to say that when my shop went viral in 2017, I created a rush my order fee for $10 per beanie, and I had people buying them. So my beanies were listed at $25, and they paid $10 extra just to be rushed to the front of my line. So they were paying way more per beanie, and they didn't care. They wanted the beanie because the beanie served them well. Your people will still pay for shipping because your products will serve them well. And that's what we need to do inside of your business. Thank you for your question. Next, we have Reagan, and she says, is having an Etsy shop first easier before getting a website? 100%. Oh my goodness, look at all these. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'm definitely going to post pictures and videos of this wall, so you will be able to see your name on the wall once we get everybody up there. It's going to be a really fun time on my yarn wall. I love it. So yes, building an Etsy shop is going to be much easier than building your own e-commerce site, unless you have some sort of uncle that builds Shopify shops for a living and he can help you. But then managing your Etsy shop is probably going to be easier. Etsy is extremely user-friendly and extremely widely used. So there are a lot of tutorials and videos that will help you reach your goals here. I'm going to go big for a minute, and then we'll pop up here in a little bit to check out that timer to see where we're at. Thank you for your question, Reagan. I'm so happy you're here. Then we have Pam, and she says, do you need to be able to crochet like lightning to have a business? No, Pam, you don't. You can set your turnaround time as long or as short as you want. You could also decide to only list ready to ship things if you want to. I recommend made to order things and then just extending your turnaround time for the sake of working smarter, not harder. You don't want to have to relist things every time you have something made. You want to have listings that are strategically set up to show up in search results, and then people will link to them. If that goes out of stock or inactive, those links are going to be broken, and Etsy is going to show them to somebody else. So if you post links to your Etsy listings on Pinterest, or if an influencer grabs your Etsy link and shares it to their audience, if it's made to order or it's not something that you have auto renewing in your shop regularly, it's not going to work. Like, it's going to break. It's going to be a broken link, and then you're going to lose that traffic and those sales. So I suggest having made to order and extending your turnaround time, which makes sense for you, and making it very clear. My turnaround time is 1 to 2 weeks. When my shop went viral, my turnaround time was 12 to 14 weeks, maybe 14 to 16. And people were still buying beanies. They weren't going to get their beanies until mid-spring in America, and they were still buying beanies. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, so fun. So fun. So just extend your turnaround time at a time that makes sense for you. Thank you for your question, Pam. Thank you for being here. I hope that was helpful. Hook in a Teacup said, I wanted to make table setting things. I had 2 sales in 12 months, and they were for coaster greeting cards. I'm wondering, do people buy crochet beanies and not crochet table settings? You can sell crochet anything to anybody. You need to find your ideal customer and serve her well. So if you are selling crochet table, like placemats, think of the type of people that buy placemats. I would say people who decorate their home seasonally. I would say maybe people who are very Instagram minded and they want their house to look grammable all the time. People who like to host events at their home and they want their guests to have a good experience by having these beautiful place settings. You can sell place settings to different types of people, but you need to choose the way that speaks best to the ideal customer that you can relate to the most on an emotional level and engage with build a relationship with them to engage within their emotions. That's when you're going to see success. That's the sweet spot. So you can create a whole line of home decor products and have placemats and coasters and wall hangers and baskets, and they all serve a very specific person to help your person. If they like to buy seasonal placemats, so maybe they buy my year-round placemats, my spring placemats, my Christmas placemats, my Valentine's Day placemats, my Easter placemats. You could also sell baskets that are seasonally appropriate. Maybe you sell baskets with bunny ears. Maybe you sell red and green baskets. Maybe you sell beige baskets for springtime. Like, you can be seasonally appropriate with your products based on who your ideal customer is and how you can serve them well with crochet. So you don't even have to sell beanies at all if you don't want to. Beanies is a go-to for most people, but you don't have to sell beanies. You can sell whatever you want. As long as you have one ideal customer, you're golden. Thank you for your question. Kim says, should I have a separate Insta account for business or the same? So do you mean business and personal? Because I don't have a personal Instagram account. I have one kind of that's called ACC in Real Life, which was supposed to be like a behind the scenes of more like personal pictures and stuff, but then Reels took over and I don't have time to make Reels for 2 platforms. And so now I just kind of let them just kind of died. I only have my business account. I only use social media for my business. I don't use it for personal things. I don't look at my personal Facebook. It's just not how my brain is wired. So I would say you need a business one. If you have a business, you need one social media dedicated to your business so you can find your ideal customer and draw her into you. So if you want to have 2, a business and a personal, that's totally fine. Or if you want to take your personal one now and turn it into a business, because maybe you've got 300 followers there and most of them are people who buy stuff from you and you've just been using your personal account all this time, change it to make it your business account. Make the name say your business name instead of your personal name. Maybe turn it to a business account or a creator account so you can see some analytics, and then you'll be good to go. You don't have to start from scratch unless you just want to. Totally up to you. I hope that was helpful, Kim. Thank you for your question. Thank you for being here. Next, we have Nicole, and she says, would you recommend, there's Mackenzie coming in hot with some more bosses. Would you recommend multiple shops for people who sell amigurumi and then something else like beanies, etc.? Very good question, Nicole. I would not ever recommend starting a business with 2 shops because it is very hard. I have a Crafty Concept and I have Crochet Boss Academy. They speak to the same ideal customer. Crochet Boss Academy just speaks to them better, but they're 2 different businesses. I don't design crochet patterns for Crochet Boss Academy. Crochet Boss Academy is fully educational, but I do over here, and it's very hard. Even in my current season right now, it is very hard, and I have 2 assistants that help me. It is very hard to do both well. It is going to be easier for you to have one that you do well, and you give it everything you've got. You can either do one thing well or 2 things mediocre. We don't ever want to be mediocre. The harder it is for you to have a successful business, the less likely you're going to stick it out. The less likely you are going to put in the work it takes. And it takes a lot of work, both mentally, physically, energetically. It takes a lot of work to grow a business to a specific ideal level of success. I have been duct taped to this chair for the last 3 months, preparing for this day right now. I have not seen my family. I have not left my house. I have not gone to sleep at a decent hour because I have been putting in the work it takes to grow my business and to serve my ideal customer well. And I'm happy to do that because I know my why. I'm sitting here with a sore butt because I've been sitting in this chair for 3 months happily. I'm so happy. I'm happy that I have the ability. I'm happy that I have the mind that it takes to have this business. I have immense joy doing hard things because I love my ideal customer and I love serving them well. I love talking to them. I love spending time with them. It's very hard to have that much passion for 2 businesses at the same time and be able to dedicate yourself to both of them equally. It's very hard. And I started my business selling finished pieces, and then I pivoted to pattern sales, and I tried to do both for a long time. And then eventually I was like, something's got to give. I do not want to spend 5 hours a day crocheting beanies when I need to be putting out a new crochet pattern. That's what I need to do. My blog right now, my main focus for a long time was getting traffic to my blog. That was my priority. This year, it's my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. So that's my priority. So I would, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I tried to do both. It was very hard. I knew something had to give because I wasn't able to do them both well. I wasn't serving both of my people at the same time. Now, that being said, me recommending just having one business. If you choose to have 2 ideal customers, then you have 2 businesses. You have 2 Instagram accounts. You have 2 email lists. You have 2 Etsy shops. And you need to keep them all very consistent, very on brand, and very authentic to you. So you're doubling your work. So you have 2 ideal customers. You have 2 businesses. Now, that being said, you can sell amigurumi and beanies to the same ideal customer. You can sell them both to the same ideal customer. As long as you speak about both products in a way that serves one person, you're going to be golden. So for Meredith, with her 3 boys, I sell beanies for her in the team sports colors so she can show up at her boys' games. I sell beanies for her boys so they can be warm when they're playing outside because we know they love to be outside. And I can sell amigurumi as gifts for her boys at Christmas time, or Easter basket fillers, or birthday gifts, or party favors for when she throws birthday parties for her boys, or Valentine's Day gifts for their classmates. You can easily market multiple types of crocheted things or other things in general. It doesn't even have to be crocheted. I would recommend keeping it simple as possible for your sake, and so you can reach your ideal level of success. But you can have multiple products to the same ideal customer. You can absolutely do that. Thank you, Nicole, for your question. I'm so glad that you were here, and I hope that was helpful. Then we've got Joel Teria. Oh, man, I bet that's a beautiful name. I bet that's so pretty. She says, is it bad to have a large variety of items from different crochet items up to non-crochet items like earrings or keychains? I'm just a crafty person, and I love making more than just a few things. Okay. Very good question. You can sell all kinds of different items as long as you focus on one ideal customer. We just talked about that with the previous question, so I'm not going to touch on that anymore. The more items you have in your shop, especially like items. So if I sell Claire bun beanies in my shop, that is the only messy bun beanie I'm going to sell. I'm not going to, if I have 15 types of products in my shop, I'm not going to have multiples of each product because it's going to be very overwhelming. You can have multiple colors. Like I can sell 8 colors of Claire bun beanies, but I'm not going to sell 8 colors of Claire bun beanies, 8 colors of Kate bun beanies, 8 colors of Juliet bun beanies. That's going to be overwhelming. If you make it too overwhelming and they're spending too much time trying to decide which beanie they want, they're going to say, oh, I'll just do this later, and then they're never going to buy your thing. They're going to be at the markets, and they're going to be looking at your booth, and they're going to be like, oh, I don't know which one. I'm going to take a loop, and I'll come back, and you'll never see them again. You want to make it as easy as possible to shop with you. So, yes, you can sell multiple things in the same shop, but everything you sell needs to serve your ideal customer in a very specific way that raises their quality of life in a very specific way or solves a problem for them. So you can sell multiple things. You just don't want to overdo it and cause them anxiety and choice paralysis. That's what we don't want. We have 6 minutes left on our timer. I just want to let you guys know one more time that if you purchase Crochet Boss Academy before this live is over, you will get the fast action wrap label bonus. I'm going to keep answering questions. So as long as you guys are hanging out with me, we're going to keep answering questions. I don't want anybody to leave without getting to their question answered, because I want to make sure that you left this live feeling very, very served well. Is that Tilly screaming? Yeah. Could somebody take her to potty? Yeah. I appreciate it. Try not to let her run in here because she will lose her mind. My puppy, you guys. I got a puppy a couple weeks ago, and she is screaming her head off. Okay, so let's keep taking questions. We have the next question. We just did this one. Thank you for your question. And then we have Chastity, and she said, can you start a business and have it be made to order, or would it be better to have pre-made all products? Good question, Chastity. I recommend made to order is what you present to your people, that you present that it's made to order, but you already have some stuff made in the background. So you're prepared, right? So you have made to order things, you have your turnaround time 1 to 3 days because you know that you've got 2 made already. So you set the quantity to 10. You have 2 in stock already. So you, in your mind, you know, I can get 2 of these out in 1 to 2 days. So if you sell both of them, you need to up your turnaround time. You need to say, oh, we're out. I need to make it 1 to 2 weeks now, or 3 to 5 days, depending upon your current season of life. So I recommend made to order listings with a very clear turnaround time, and then try to underestimate, overserve. So if you tell your customers it's going to be 1 to 3 days and you get it out in the 1 day, you're going to be overserving them. If you tell them it's 3 to 5 days and you get it out in 2 days, you're going to be overserving them. And that's going to set very positive psychology in the minds of your customers. They're going to leave 5-star reviews. They're going to follow you on social media, and they're going to tell all of their friends about this amazing company that they found on Etsy. So that's something to think about too. So I recommend made to order, just in the whole mind of working smarter, not harder. Thank you for your question, Chastity. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for being here and being in the comments with me. Kayla says, is it successful if I only do ready to ship items? So Kayla, you get to choose what successful looks like for you. If your ideal level of success is doing monthly shop drops and you list 30 things and then sell out of those 30 things in 2 days, and then your shop is empty until next month's product drop, and that speaks to your why, and that helps you reach your ideal level of success because everybody's is different, then you do that. You're welcome to do whatever makes you feel like you are doing what you need to do for your business and your family and your current season of life. For people who want to eventually scale their business down the road, I don't recommend that model, because any links that you have in your shop are going to not work anymore. So like we mentioned earlier, Pinterest, if you pin your products on Pinterest and or other people share the links to your products, which is what we want, referrals, we talked about that, the links won't work anymore if they are not something that stays in your shop regularly. So that's going to be working a little bit harder. But if that type of work, it leads to your goal, then you should do that. You should do whatever leads to your goal. Inside of Crochet Boss Academy, we focus more on the big picture and scaling, right? But if something doesn't serve you, you can just let it go in one ear, not the other. You can say, oh, that doesn't apply to me. I only want to sell 30 things a month. My goal is to get to where I can sell 30 things a month. And then you can say in the Q&A, Ashley, my goal is to sell only 30 things a month. How would I do X, Y, and Z in this module for that goal? And I will help you. We will do that all day long. I hope that was helpful, Kayla. Thank you for your question, and thank you for being here. Then we have Geneva, I think. And she says, I live in Italy. Do you think I need to open a business in order to sell my products on Etsy? So to the best of my understanding, Geneva, you can open an Etsy shop anytime you want. If anybody else is from Italy and they know, I've never been to Italy, I've never learned anything about Italy when it comes to Etsy. I am knowledgeable about Etsy in the US. That's where my knowledge, that's where my skill set is. A lot of it's going to translate, but some of it might be different, and I will not know those differences. That's going to be something that you will have to dive into further on your own, or I can try to have people dive in further so we can try to figure it out together. But my skill set is going to be for the US, just because that's the only thing I've ever known ever. Maybe one day if we move overseas, I can have different knowledge and different, doing better. But for now, I'm not sure. But in America, you can open an Etsy shop today. You do not have to have a business license if that's what you're asking. You can do it with your social security number. And then that's all you need. You don't have to jump through business building hoops in order to open an Etsy shop. Look at that timer, guys. We are almost at that 20 minutes, but we are going to hang out. We have more questions. We still have people here. We are going to hang out, just to let you guys know. Geneva, I hope that was helpful. I hope I answered your question. Thank you for being here. If I didn't answer it and you want to ask it again, go ahead and dive in deeper, and we can keep talking about it. Next question is from Dora, and she says, what do you think about taking other sellers' ideas for inspiration, like a mystery amigurumi bag or bookmarks? That's fine. That's fine. Some people might get mad at you, but your ideal customer is not their ideal customer. Your ideal customer probably doesn't even know that other shop exists. As long as you're not copying somebody's work, copy and pasting their Etsy listing and doing only the same patterns that they do, and copy and pasting their Instagram posts, as long as you're not doing that, as long as you know that you're trying on your own, you can get inspiration from other people. The person that you know that sells mystery amigurumi bags is not the first person to come up with that idea. I sold mystery Clarabelle beanies in 2016 because I had some random colored ones that I wanted to get rid of. It's not new. That's not a new thing. You absolutely can do that. I hope that was helpful, Dora. Thank you for your question and thank you for being here. Chastity says, can you open a business with made-to-order products, or would it be better to already have products made? I hope we answered that one earlier, Chastity. Let me know if I didn't touch on it the way that you needed me to touch on it. Lori says, I get bored making the same things over and over. Could your target audience be people who like to jump to the latest trends and just be quick to make the next new craze? Yes, but it will be very difficult. Managing that business will be very difficult because you will constantly be making new Etsy listings, constantly be getting new patterns, buying new yarn, trying and learning new things, and that takes a lot of time. So it's going to very much lower your efficiency, and it's going to make running a business more hectic and more complicated. And the more hectic and complicated it is, the less likely you're going to stick to it. And it's not going to last the test of time, right? So you need to speak very specific to that person. You need to let them know. You need to make sure that you draw in people who are all about the trends. You need to be sharing trends, doing reels about the trends. You need to be a trendy person, and you need to be drawing in other trendy people. And you still need to make your product serve them in some way. So it still needs to be something that raises their quality of life. But you can go this route. You just need to be very ideal customer specific, and you need to know that you're going to be making it harder on yourself. But if that speaks to your why and giving you a creative avenue, then it's going to be worth it. You get to choose what is worth it and what is not worth it. For me, it wouldn't be worth it for me to do that. But I'm not you. We're different people, and that's good, and that's okay. So you can choose what you want to do in your business. Next week, I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your question. Thank you for being actively engaged, and thank you for being here. Elizabetta at Alicia Betta. I wish I knew how to say that. I have a question for the Q&A and don't want to forget it. Is it crucial to leverage social media to be successful on Etsy? No, it is not. Inside of Crochet Boss Academy, I talk about there are two ways to have a successful Etsy shop. You can have a successful Etsy shop, or you can have a successful business that uses Etsy as a tool. In Crochet Boss Academy, we talk about using Etsy as a tool to grow your business. Social media is another tool you can use to grow your business. It's a free tool that is worldwide that you can use to get new eyes on your products every single day. So yes, social media can be a chore, but I'm going to teach you inside of Crochet Boss Academy how to do social media so it's not a chore. You can batch a month's worth of content in one day and have it saved for when it's time to post. That way you can just be cultivating a relationship with those people, taking advantage of the free platform while it's still currently free, because just the other day, the Instagram guy posted that he's going to start charging people for getting more views. It's the whole thing. That's why it's also very important to have an email list. If you're going to choose between social media or email list, I would choose email list, but social media is going to be a good avenue to get people on your email list. But there are other ways. You don't have to use social media. It's just a very, very good tool that you can have in your tool belt to help you reach the highest level of success that you could imagine. Social media is a great way to go viral. Social media is a great way for people to share about you to other people. Just because you're not on social media doesn't mean your ideal customer isn't. And when I buy something from Etsy, I want to tag them on social media to tell all of my audience where I got this and how they could go get one too. And if you don't have a social media account, or if your social media account isn't active and you haven't set it up properly to serve people well so they can get to your shop, you're going to be kicking yourself, right? You're going to be limiting your reach and your sales. So keep all of that in mind while you are deciding your social media strategy. Thank you for your question. Pam says, can you have a profitable business using someone else's patterns with permission? 100%. 100%. That is why I design patterns for people to sell. I want you to sell my pattern, the patterns, the finished pieces you make from my patterns, okay? I want you to sell them, and I want you to have the biggest business of your dreams. That's why I design them the way that I do. I want them to be quick makes, easy to find materials, inexpensive materials that you can crank out fairly quickly and keep your shop stocked. That's why I design what I design. Very few times do I design patterns that actually take a couple, like, long time to make. Sometimes I do because I can't help myself. They're just such good ideas that I have to get them out there, out of my body and into the world. But most of my patterns are designed to help you have something to add to your Etsy shops or your markets or your online business somewhere else or your brick and mortar. Like, I don't care how you're selling your things. I want you to sell the things you make from my patterns. And there are other designers like me. My friend Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet wants you to sell the things you make from her patterns. My friend and assistant Sierra of Sierra's Crafty Creations wants you to make her patterns and sell them. We encourage that. There are some designers who do not want you to do that. And if you are a business owner and you are working smarter, not harder, I would be very mindful to only purchase patterns or go to that person's blog if I can sell them in my business. If they're not going to work for me, I would be like, I'll try to save that for a selfish make. But for now, I'm business minded. I'm growing my business. I'm going to focus on finding designers that will give me permission to sell my things. That's what I would do. But yes, you can absolutely. I wouldn't have a business if you couldn't have a business selling finished pieces from other people's patterns. Thank you for your question. I've been asked that before. Anthea says, sharing my patterns as a new business owner, will this not hurt my business as finished piece seller? So, Anthea, I hope I'm sorry, guys. I'm the worst. I need to take some sort of name reading course. My shop went viral in 2017. Like December 2017. I think it was near summer 2017. I released the clear bun beanie pattern. I released the pattern before the shop ever went viral. When my shop went viral, I had 1,000 sales in December 2017. 1,000 orders. Some of them were for the pattern, and so they were digital and it just took care of itself. Some of them were for 8 beanies. I'm not kidding. Some people ordered 8 beanies, like multiple people. I was like, why is people needing 8 beanies? If I didn't have the pattern available, I would have not made near as much money as I made. And as you saw in my graph, it was over $100,000 that year. And it was because I had the pattern available too. That pattern is $5 a pop. It was a very good way for me to grow my business. I do not care if this person wants to sell Claire Bun beanies, because this person is going to speak to her ideal customer, and her ideal customer is not my ideal customer, because she and I are unique humans. So how I present myself and how I draw people in is going to be different from her. And she's going to draw in a different crowd than I draw in. And we're both going to be able to sell Claire Bun beanies all day long. You are going to be cutting yourself off at the knees by not offering the patterns because you're afraid you won't be able to sell the finished pieces anymore. I would like to encourage you to try to change your mindset and think differently and focus on your business and your ideal customer, and don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You can put on your blinders and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if other people are selling your beanies. It doesn't matter if other people are selling them more than you. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with you. You're right here. You've got your eye on the prize and you are focused on your ideal customer. Their success or lack of success has nothing to do with you. If they're selling more beanies than you, they're speaking to their ideal customer. Those people would not have bought beanies from you. They would just not have beanies in this moment. These people don't know you exist. They're not going to magically find you on Etsy because they magically found her. Like her stuff was set up to draw them in. That's why they found her. Your stuff will be set up to draw your people in. So just because somebody else is selling the same thing you're selling and they're getting more success than you are in this season, that doesn't mean they're taking these customers from you. These customers don't know you exist. They draw them in on their own for who they are. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So yeah, you will make more money if you sell the patterns, and your business will be more successful if you sell the patterns. I hope that was helpful. I know that's kind of a hard truth for some people to accept, so I hope that was helpful for you. Diana says, is Etsy advisable to use from the Philippines? International shipping rates are expensive. Hello. So we talked about that one a little bit already, so I hope that I answered your question, and if you need to dive into that more, just let me know. Thank you for your question. Thank you for being here. Emily asks, I currently use my Square online site, but I have to be the one to drive the traffic to it. So would Etsy help with 100%? 100%. If you put your stuff on Etsy, you are going to have your stuff in front of the eyes of millions of people that don't know you exist right now and would never know you existed if it wasn't for being on Etsy. 100% it will bring you more traffic to your Etsy shop, not your Shopify site. But once you get them from Etsy and you serve them so well and you have such good customer service and you get them to follow you on social media or sign up to your email list, the next time you promote your Shopify site, because this is going to be the only one you promote. Every time you post a link or every time you pin something on Pinterest or every time you send out an email with a link, you will be promoting this shop. We're going to set Etsy to be working for you in the background to only promote to Etsy strangers. You will never send anybody to your Etsy shop. You will always just let Etsy send strangers to you. And then you will take those strangers, turn them into true fans of your brand, and then lead them to your other shop the next time they shop with you. That's the goal. That's why it's very valuable to have both. Thank you for your question. I hope that was helpful. Yarnwork says, if you use a different shipping platform, where does the shipping money go? So Yarnwork, if you are on Etsy, I highly recommend using Etsy to ship your products because Etsy will your customer types in all their information. So you don't have to have the potential of making a mistake for typing in their name or address. You can print your shipping labels directly from the order. It's very organized. And your customer will immediately get the tracking information sent to them via Etsy. And Etsy will know when their package was supposed to be delivered. And a day or two after that, Etsy will automatically reach out to that person and say, hey, I hope you love your package. Leave a review. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to be the one saying, go leave a review. Etsy's going to do that for you. All because you used Etsy's shipping thing. I highly recommend shipping on Etsy. You're just going to be making more work for yourself if you try to ship your Etsy sales from not on Etsy, and you're going to be working harder, not smarter, and it's going to be harder for you to run your business, and the chances of you sticking it out are going to be less, and the chances of you having immense joy from being a business owner are going to be less. You also get a discount if you ship through Etsy. You get a little bit of a discount versus USPS money. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your question. We still have so many. Breezy Daisy says, for live Q&A, if possible, I constantly got charged for off-site marketing for sales on Etsy, but I don't think I ever set it up. I'm in the UK. Okay, so Breezy, if you make under $10,000 a year, you have the option to turn off off-site ads. It's in your settings. I make over $10,000 a year in Etsy, so I do not have the option. I do not want to turn it off even if I did have the option, because my prices are set up in a way that even if I have to pay the 12% offsite ad fees, it's 12% for people over 10K, 15% for people under 10K, I'm still going to be in the green. And even if I made less profit on that sale, just the act of getting that sale is going to raise my social proof on Etsy, telling people that I am a trustworthy shop. I've had 30-something thousand sales. It's safe to buy from this shop. It's going to give me the opportunity to get a 5-star review. It's going to boost my search engine algorithm juice immensely, especially if they searched messy bun beanie and then they saw that ad and then they clicked on that ad and bought my messy bun beanie. My search engine juice is going to go through the roof. I'm going to be getting so many more sales because of that one sale. It's Etsy's offsite ads team are professional ad makers. Making your own ads is very techie. Hiring a team to make ads for you is very expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've never done it because it is too expensive. And I listened to my mentors and they were like, yeah, I invested $5,000 in ads and I got $15,000 back. And I was like, $5,000 invested in ads? I've heard them be like, yeah, I invested $17,000. I know it pays off, but I have not gotten to the season of business where I'm able to wrap my mind around that, and I'm not able to invest in that yet and go through the steps of getting somebody who knows how to do that really, really well. Etsy's team already knows how to do that really, really well. And you do not have to pay $5,000 hoping that those ads do well and you make your money back, because you only pay that fee if you get a sale. Is a very good thing. And I make about 10 offsite ad sales a month. And I probably have anywhere between 200 and 500 sales a month. And 10 of them are offsite ads. It's a very small portion. You can use that Etsy fee calculator to toggle on the price of offsite ads and say, if I get charged an offsite ad for this, how much will my profit be? And make sure you're still comfortable with that profit level. And if not, raise your prices. People will pay what your prices are, or they're not your ideal customer. You do need to be like smart. You can't try to charge $300 for something that most people are charging $25 for. You can, but your niche is going to be very small. There are people that will buy that, but there's going to be a very small number of people. It's going to be harder for you to find them, but it is possible. Look at like Lamborghini. They sell cars. Very few people buy those. I know one person that has one, and that's because they live in my town and they're TikTok famous. Okay. It's not a real like they're real, but I don't know them for real. I just know them from TikTok. I know lots of people with Hondas and Toyotas and Dodges. Okay. It is possible. It's just harder. And it's very like harder to find the people to get them to you. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Breezy, for your question. Yarn Delight says, can you sell digital downloads on Shopify? Yes, you can. I have no idea how because I don't have a Shopify, but Taylor sells her patterns in her Shopify account. So you absolutely can. Next question is from Michelle, and she says, what is your best suggestion for consistency? Consistency in what area, Michelle? You're talking about brand, you're talking about tone, you're talking about social media, you're talking about email lists, you're talking about listing products in your Etsy shop. What do you mean by consistency? And consistency is going to look different for everybody. Whatever area you're trying to be consistent in, you get to choose what consistency looks like for you. But with like your tone and your branding, you want to be consistent at all times, or you're going to confuse people and people aren't going to remember you easily. You want to be easily rememberable so you can get return customers and referrals, aka results, baby. Then we've got another question from Michelle, and she says, happily, what are the best social media schedules? So Michelle, there is a way that you can go into your analytics and see when is the best time to post and see when is the best time that most of your people are on social media. If you go to YouTube, you can search when's the best time to post on social media, and you will find people showing you how to find those analytics. If you have a business or a creator account, you'll be able to look those things up. But your best social media schedule is going to be unique to you. If in your current season life, you're only able to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and let that be what your consistent is. Your people will get used to seeing you on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Ideally, best case scenario, you're able to post every day, but not everybody's able to post every day. And it's more important that you're consistent than that you post every day for 2 weeks and then they don't hear from you again for 3 weeks. It's much better to be consistent and post 3 times a week than to do it like that. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your question. Yarnwork says, what if your ideal customer is at festivals or events? Good. Very good. When they come to your festivals and events and they love what they buy and they want to buy another one for Christmas for their cousin, they're going to need to have a way to get a hold of you. And the best way to get that sell quicker is through an online shop. You might not see them again at the same festival next year. They need to know how to shop with you throughout the year in between festivals because you want to work smarter, not harder. So yes, use your festivals to draw in your ideal customer from the way that your booth is set up and the types of stuff that you sell and the way that you decorated it. It's all going to speak to a specific person. She's going to be drawn to you like a magnet. Make sure she gets a business card that will send her to your Etsy shop or your own off Etsy site. But you need to have it's good practice to have a shop outside of just your market so they can shop with you all year long. And so when they wear the cardigan that you made or the drifter vest that you made and they go to their next music festival and their friend is like, oh my gosh, I love your drifter vest. Where did you get that? They can say, oh, it's a shop on Etsy. It's a crafty concept on Etsy. You should check them out. They are not going to say, now listen, in September, the 3rd week of September, that's when we have the Spoonbread Festival. And you're going to make sure you go to that Spoonbread Festival between these hours or you're going to miss it. That's the only time you're going to see that person is at the Spoonbread Festival in September once a year. And then you can buy yourself a drifter vest. Nobody's going to do that. For one, they're going to forget. And for two, it's not going to be that important for them. You want to be easily accessible to get more sales. If that is your goal. If your goal is to get more sales and to scale your business and to have a business where you're getting monthly or consistent money each month, you need an online shop so they can shop with you again and again and again. Thank you for your question. Next up is Dara, and she says, if you don't have a website, how do you create a newsletter? Dara, I will teach you that very, very step-by-step inside of Crochet Boss Academy. That is inside of module 6, but what you're going to want to get is an email service provider. If you would like to do that on your own instead of going through Crochet Boss Academy, search YouTube or Google for email service provider. You're going to have to spend a lot of time listening to what people tell you about these things, and some of it's a little bit overwhelming. I've got a really good system down pat now for what we do here, but you can figure it out on your own if you just search email service provider. It has nothing to do with the website. Nothing, zero. They are not related. I hope that was helpful. I'm only going to take a few more. I know I said I would keep answering them, but I'm losing my voice and I am hungry. So let's set our timer. I don't even know how many. We still got 38 questions. I'm going to answer a few more. I'm going to try them as fast as I can. I have another live tonight at 8:30, so I can't lose my voice. But you can email me your questions after I finish here, or you can go to acraftyconcept.com/enroll. That will take you to the Crochet Boss Academy sales page, and there's a chat box there this year. And Sierra, myself, and Mackenzie will be at the ready to answer your chat box questions. That is new to 2023. I'm very techie this year. Next question is from Jack, and Jack, you're adorable. He says, are email lists good for people just starting out when building their Yes, it is. It is the most important thing you can do. The earlier, the better. Email lists are hands down going to be your safest, that you have the most control over avenue to stay connected to your audience. Inside of Crochet Boss Academy, I will teach you how to get people to sign up to your email list and how you can serve them on a consistent schedule, whatever consistency looks like for you. And I will give you ways of what you should say in your emails to serve them well. But again, if you want to do your own research, just start searching some of those words. What do I send in a newsletter? How do I get people to sign up to my email list? If you do some research, you'll be able to find those answers all over the place from all kinds of different people. You do not have to go through Crochet Boss Academy to learn that. But if you like me as a mentor and you like the way I explain things and you like my energy and you like my vibe, and then Crochet Boss Academy might be the class for you. It's going to save you a lot of time in the long run from having to Google and research everything on your own. Thank you for your question, Jack. I love your hair. Thank you for being here. Michelle says, how do we grow an email list? Do you suggest a blog first? Where do we gain followers for our email list? Very good question. We talk about this inside of Crochet Boss Academy immensely. You do not need a blog. Blog and email lists are not related. I have a brick and mortar shop in town, a boutique, and they have an email list, and they do not have a blog. They have an online shop, a website, but they do not have a blog. And you can use your website to get people to sign up to your email list, but that is not the only way to get people to sign up to your email list. So you can do research to find how to get people to sign up to my email list if you want to do it on your own, or you can join Crochet Boss Academy, and I will show you exactly what to do and exactly how to set up the techie and exactly all of the places that you can promote it to get people on your email list. And no, you do not have to have a blog or a website to do it. Thank you for your question. Trying to power through. How do you start an email list? Very good question. These are all great questions. I hope that I've already kind of touched on this one for you, but you need an email service provider and you need to start advertising it so people can sign up. And we talk about that in detail inside of Crochet Boss Academy. I do have a free email series on my YouTube where you can learn how to use MailChimp. That was where I started. I do not use MailChimp anymore. I do not teach MailChimp anymore inside of Crochet Boss Academy. I use Flowdesk now, and I do have a referral that will get you something like a discount or something in my my Instagram link in bio. If you go to my Instagram link in bio and scroll to the very bottom, you will see the Flowdesk logo. If you click on that, it will be a referral link, but I have a video series on YouTube for free where I talk about MailChimp. That might be a really good place for you guys to start. Thank you for your question. We have Michelle, I think, yes. I'm not sure how to word emails or even blog. Is there a course for communicating and wording your emails? We talk about it inside of Crochet Boss Academy. I, especially also for like wording your Instagram captions, I give you a formula, and a lot of that will translate into emails as well. I love a good formula. I love a good worksheet to help me break apart what I need to say. We do that inside of Crochet Boss Academy. But if you wanted to research on your own, you absolutely could. And Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet has a blogging course if you want to learn how to start a blog. I do not teach how to start a blog inside of Crochet Boss Academy currently. It might be something I add in the future. You can have a blog and sell finished pieces at the same time, and I can teach you how to do that. I just don't do that currently. But Taylor has a blogging course if you want to check that out. And you can check out my email email series on YouTube to learn a little bit more about emails. It's free. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your question. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to do 2 more. We have been here for almost 3 hours. But the last bit's been optional. You could have left a long time ago. I'm just here because you're just here, right? The last bit's optional. I kept my presentation under 2 hours, I'm pretty sure. Denny says, how do you get emails if you don't have a website? I have multiple ways, but you can put it in your Instagram link in bio. You can have your link that goes, sign up to my email list here. You can put it on Pinterest. You can put it in your email signature. I have an entire list of places that you could put them. You could also search YouTube for all of the places that you could put, all of the places to get people to sign up to your email list, and you will come up with a ton of places. And we do talk about them very in detail inside of Crochet Boss Academy. I'm loving the email list questions because that tells me you guys, your ears are perked and you're going to start building an email list. And I know that your business is going to prosper because of it. So I'm very excited for these email list questions. Good for you guys.
Can we do the question about the split payments? Because that's been like asked like 10 times.
Oh, do you know which one that is? Do you want to pop it on screen?
Yeah.
Okay, Sierra's I'm gonna do one while she's doing that, and then we'll pop up one about split payments. Patty says, I have no idea what I would include in an email. If you're just selling the same products over and over again, what would your email even look out? Good question, Patty. You want your emails to serve your audience, just like your social media captions would serve your audience. So if you sell Claire Bun beanies, you can send an email telling them how to put on a Claire Bun beanie, how to make it look cute. You can send an email showing them how to dress up a Claire Bun beanie or how to dress down a Claire Bun beanie. You can make an email showing them 5 jacket colors that look excellent with a linen Claire Bun beanie, your bestseller. You can make an email that says how to wash your Claire Bun beanie, how to store your Claire Bun beanie for the winter time. You just need to use your emails to serve your ideal customer in some way and keep it related to your products. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to let Sierra pop up a question next. We've got some questions she said about okay, so the second payment will be due 30 days after your first payment, and it will come out automatically. You will not have to manually go in and give your credit card information again. It will come out automatically. When you're filling out that information on the sales page, it should tell you when your next one will come out. It might be in the email, but it should be like literally 30 days from when your first payment was. It should be about a month. Like I think it's 30 days. We can try to look at it a little bit deeper. Then you could log into your billing and see for sure. But I'm 97% sure it is 30 days. Thank you for your question, Michelle. Thank you, Sierra. Okay, let's do one more. We're gonna do Emily's here. Is there a number of items you should list in order to not get lost on Etsy? Okay, Emily, good question. So as I mentioned earlier, there are 2 ways to have a successful Etsy shop. 1, to have a successful Etsy shop on Etsy, or 2, to use your Etsy shop as a tool to build your business. This is the method we do inside of Crochet Boss Academy. There are different things you can do to just have a successful Etsy shop, and that would include listing as many things as you can. They don't have to match. They don't have to be on brand. They don't have to be speaking to your ideal customer. You're just throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. And you've got 300 listings, and each of them are different, and you're going to show up in search results hopefully for some of those things. This is not the method I recommend, but it is a method and it does work for some people. It's not what we do inside of Crochet Boss Academy. I'm going to teach you how to use Etsy as a tool to build your business. So there's not a magic number. You need to speak to your ideal customer and your product line and what you sell. We're not worried about doing well on Etsy for Etsy's sake. We're worried about creating an easy way for your customers to buy with you. That's what we're focusing on. You do want to show up in search results because that's going to help you get more eyes on your shop, new customers. The more listings you have, if you set them up properly, that's going to be the more options you have to show up in search results. If you're listing a Claire Bun beanie and you've got 20 Claire Bun beanie listings and each of them say Messy Bun beanie as the title, that's not going to help you show up in search results. That's going to be a waste of your time. You need to set up multiple listings very highly optimized to show up in search results. And I teach you that inside of Crochet Boss Academy. You can list the same thing multiple times. If you have a baby blanket and a throw, but they're the same design, and you say in your listing, you say, do you want the baby blanket size or do you want the throw size? Instead of giving them that drop down, you can list a baby blanket and you can list a throw, and all of your keywords in your titles and tags and attributes can be set up specifically for people searching for a baby blanket and for people specifically searching for a throw. So there are ways that you can add more listings to your Etsy shop to show up in search results without adding new products, if that makes sense. You can absolutely do that. I highly recommend it. Okay, friends, that is all I'm going to be able to answer today. We have been here for over 3 hours. So I'm just scanning through to make sure. Okay. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, you can email them to me. You can ask me on social media, or you can go to if they're Crochet Boss Academy questions, you can go to the sales page, acraftyconcept.com/enroll and ask the chat box there. And we will be on standby all day long answering questions until 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I get to do this all over again, baby. I'm excited. Thank you for being here. It has meant the absolute world to me. I have put my heart and soul into this, and just seeing that there were people here has absolutely made my day. Just knowing that I was not talking to myself and Sierra has absolutely made my day. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you learned something, even if it's just one small thing. I hope it is the small thing that sets a spark in your business and gets you on the right path, gets the ball rolling. Even if you're just like encouraged or inspired or motivated now, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to take this motivation and you're going to go with it. You're going to run with it, and your business is going to explode because of it. Then I have done my job. I hope you were well served. I hope that you learned something. Be sure to go back through the master packet, look at some of the questions, write some of the stuff down, brain dump some of the stuff that came to your mind, and go take action. Do something today that you learned in this masterclass, and take action so you can start applying it very, very soon. If you want to learn about email list, go watch my YouTube series on email list. If you want to learn about photography, go watch some YouTube videos about photography. Take some sort of action so you can teach your brain. Remember, our brain, the language of the brain is behavior. You're going to tell your brain that when we learn something new, we hit the ground running. And your brain is going to help you get into that habit and do that every time, because that is what it's going to do based off of your behavior that you show your brain. So information without action is a waste of your time. And as we have talked, we have very limited time as entrepreneurs. We need to get the biggest bang for our buck and use our time wisely. So go take action. So this 2 hours that you spent with me here just means so much more. It will grow and grow and grow. Plant a little seed that will grow and grow to be a big tree of your business. Go take action. I don't care what kind of action it is. I'm so proud of you for being here. I'm so proud of you for freaking staying here for 3 hours. Your business is going to prosper because of it. You have the heart of an entrepreneur if you are still here this long and hanging out this long. You have what it takes. You have the grit. You have the heart. Now you just need to go take action and surround yourself with the type of people that are going to encourage you and uplift you, and go find the right tools that you need to reach your ideal level of success. I hope that means for you Crochet Boss Academy, but if not, I wish you the most success possible. I will see you on Instagram and on my YouTube for my free content that I will continue to put out for the rest of my business. Thank you so much for being here. I love you dearly. You are doing a fantastic job. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.